become one of the best goal scorers the game of hockey has ever seen. In the NHL, alongside his brother Valerie, Pavel consistently put up high-scoring seasons on bad teams. In his rookie campaign, he won the Calder Trophy and put himself on the map. Twice he captured the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. 5 times he finished with 50 or more goals. He played over 700 games in which he scored 437 times and added 342 assists. He was bypassed in his first 6 years of eligibility for the Hall of Fame, but was voted in on June 27, 2012, alongside Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, and Adam Oates. He became the 5th Soviet or Russian, and to this date, he's the only Hall of Famer to spend the majority of his playing career in Vancouver. One of the best, the Russian Rocket Pavel Bure. For SiriusXM Sports, I'm Ryan Pete.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Tuesday, November the 12th.
Poetic? I think interesting and poetic are probably on the same lane, huh, Pat? But yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that you think of. I think as much as the fan bases remember what was, the teams are fundamentally different outside of the key cogs for each team's respective offense in Jalen Brunson and Joel Embiid.
Monica, it's been a topic of conversation, but it was kind of on display again on Sunday in Indiana. What are you seeing from the Knicks in these fourth quarters?
Well, I think they are... Wow, Pat. I think that, for me, the thing that stands out is the Knicks are not being able to find that next level of energy in the fourth quarter, right? Whether that is fatigue, whether that is focus. If you listen to the guys, head coach Tom Thibodeau, the players, they believe that they have to be better, and so they believe that they can be better, right? No one is making any excuses about a short rotation because of the health of this overall team. But tonight, obviously, good news in getting Cameron Payne back and Deuce McBride not needing to miss another game. So to me, having watched this team last season, knowing the character of these players, they're going to figure it out as best they can. I just think that they have run into 3 in particular young teams whose pace has presented a challenge. I do not expect the same sort of challenge tonight, although Joel Embiid is a completely different ball of wax. But I think in the most recent 3 losses, stylistically, with the depth and the speed of those games, it presented some challenges to a team that is unhealthy.
Certainly a familiar opponent tonight. Monica, let's get to your Knicks keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
All right, so the first one is obviously going to be playing the paint, right? Joel Embiid has returned, but I think what is unique about this scenario is that he's returning from a suspension, not necessarily an injury. Nick Nurse talked about it pregame. He has been available and around the facility. So I think that there's probably a level of conditioning that is a step ahead of returning from an injury, but not quite on par with having regularly been a part of the flow of an NBA season so far. So obviously points in the paint become a big thing in terms of guarding Joel Embiid and limiting those opportunities in the paint. I think I'm going to go back to my second key, and I think it's going to be the fourth quarter for this one. I do not expect this one to be as high-scoring, as fast-paced, and so I think that will set the Knicks up to perform better in the fourth quarter. But whether you look at the scoring or the defense, whatever it is that takes a hit in the fourth quarter, it cannot do that if they're going to get a win and split this road trip, also the first win of their NBA Cup game. And then now that we're at Game 10, Pat, I got to decide if I think this key should be carried beyond Game 10, but I promised us 10 games of just chemistry and continuity, and so that is going to be my third key tonight. But I think for this one, everything is going to start in the paint. Obviously, the three-point line will still be very important, but I'm looking at the paint first because I think if this team can slow Joel Embiid's presence in the paint and impact, they'll have a good shot to get a win here in Philadelphia.
We will be listening for sure. Monica, have a great call tonight.
Thanks, Pat.
That was the Knicks Keys to the Game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. And that'll do it for New York Knicks Game Night. Coming up next is the Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers with Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt on the call. I'll be back with you at halftime. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been the New York Knicks pregame show. Get ready. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
This is Jalen Brunson. I'll be driving to my games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me the all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing too. Just mention that I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory, great deals, and all new and used vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Jalen sent you.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Are you ready?
Another offensive rebound for Towns. Okay, put back, got it, and one. Karl Anthony Towns.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Josh Hart weaving into the front court. He's going to go coast to coast on Embiid and puts it home with the right hand. The Knicks are on the board.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
Brunson, corner three, and it drops in. Jalen Brunson for three. It's a two-point game.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Now, here's Monica McNutt. And with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
We are live at Wells Fargo Center in South Philly, and we welcome you into another edition of New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Tonight, the 4-5 Knicks reignite the rivalry with the 2-7 Philadelphia 76ers, and they're in town just in time for the return of Joel Embiid, the former MVP who became public enemy number one during last year's knockdown, drag-out, six-game playoff series. And if all that wasn't enough, it's opening night of the Emirates NBA Cup. And in a group that features New York, Philly, Charlotte, Brooklyn, and Orlando, this game could very well decide who wins the round robin for an auto bid to the elimination round in December. Glad you're with us, everybody, alongside the unmistakable Monica McNutt. I'm Tyler Murray. Monica, this is the first time you've been back in Wells Fargo Center since Josh Hart's series-clinching three late in Game 6. But there's a lot on our collective plates today. What's got you most excited about this matchup? Is it Embiid? Is it the NBA Cup? Is it a chance to get the Knicks back on track? I mean, the floor is yours with so much to dive into.
I think I'd have to go with the latter. Technically, also, you ended your M streak because unmistakably counts with
unmistakable. Emphasis on the M.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts. We'll have to go to the judges on that one.
We should have talked before the broadcast. Anyway, please continue.
I do think that the most important piece of today's opportunity is just that, an opportunity to get a win, an opportunity to right the ship, so to speak, after this team has obviously dropped 3 of its last 4 games. So I think, to me, that is the biggest thing. The NBA Cup, as head coach Tom Thibodeau, I'll echo his sentiments, you still prepare for it as it is a regular season game. Yes, there's a little bit more pomp and circumstance with the blue court here in Philly, but ultimately each game presents an opportunity to continue to improve and grow, and this team is still working itself into its best form for sure.
Yes, the Cup is up for grabs, and personally, I'm very into the Emirates NBA Cup. Last year it was called the play-in tournament. The Lakers won it. They hung a banner. And the Knicks, they were a wild card team that made it to the knockout round but lost in Milwaukee. And there are some scheduling quirks if you don't advance to the Final Four. And the Knicks, they had to pay for it a bit. They had to play the Milwaukee Bucks like 5 times throughout the year. But if you're new to it, it's honestly not as complicated as you might think. This game still counts as a regular season matchup. So the Knicks, if they win, will go to 5-5, and they drop Philadelphia to 2-8. But it's a 4-game round robin with the league broken up into 6 different groups. The Knicks are going to play the Sixers tonight. Then they've got the Nets, Hornets, and Magic coming up. And the winner of each group advances to the single elimination quarterfinals. There are 2 wild card spots available as well among the best teams that finish second, with point differential being the tiebreaker. So then you get an 18 quarterfinal. That's at the home sites. Then you go Final Four in Vegas. And the winner of this NBA Cup trophy gets a $500,000 cash prize for each player on the championship team's roster. And as we found last year, that is very much real motivation for these players. And there's some added intensity to these NBA Cup games. The court is blue. The NBA Cup logo is at center court underneath a red 7 and a white 6, and the painted areas on both sides are blue, but they've got another NBA Cup logo over the top. Well, the lights have gone low here at Wells Fargo Center. It's time for the national anthem, and after that, we'll get to starting lineups and opening tip.
As we celebrate our freedom and those who defend and protect our country with a performance of tonight's national anthem. Please welcome Philadelphia native Gabriella Guma. Once again,
all right, we are set for Knicks basketball as they're on the road in Philadelphia. Let's get started with tonight's officiating crew. It's brought to you by London Jewelers. Kevin Scott is the crew chief, and Pat Frayer and Dedrick Taylor assisting him. And the officials brought to you by London Jewelers. Visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hills. Knicks being heckled as they're rapidly introduced by public address announcer Matt Cord. And they're going to ring the Liberty Bell, or a knockoff edition of it, at midcourt. And they've got the executive director of team logistics, Alan Lumpkin, who was just honored with a 40th anniversary jersey, ringing the bell. So congratulations to Alan. He was at center court with Dr. J and Allen Iverson just a few minutes ago. This guy's a big deal, so congratulations to him. And we certainly on the Knicks travel side very much appreciate all of our hardworking directors of operations behind the scenes to get us here safe and sound. Starting lineups first for the visiting New York Knicks. Tom Thibodeau in year 5 is going to have, we're told, both Cam Payne and Deuce McBride. McBride was questionable with some knee inflammation. Cam Payne's been out for the last 4 games with a strained hamstring. The Knicks have gone 1-3 in his absence, and wouldn't you know, he's back available against the team he played for last year against the Knicks in that instant classic first-round series. Jalen Brunson, the starting point guard, and honestly, these two teams, they break down pretty similar in the starting 5. They've got a Villanova point guard, 3 wings, and then a stretch 5. For the Knicks, Brunson in his 7th year out of Villanova, coming off his most efficient game of the season. He was 11 for 17 in the loss on Sunday in Indiana, 33 points and a season-high 10 assists. Mikal Bridges in his 7th year out of Villanova is the 2 guard. He's cooled off from three-point land. He's 5 for his last 24, dropping his season average from 42% to 32%. But everywhere except non-corner threes, Bridges is shooting 58%. So still a very dynamic offensive option for New York. OG Anunoby, another wing, coming off a season-high 25-point effort on Sunday as he continues his 8th year out of Indiana. And then Josh Hart in year 8 out of Villanova. He's been close to a triple-double in 3 consecutive games. He was a combination of 4 rebounds and or assists away from a triple-double in each of his last 3. And then Karl Anthony Towns is averaging 30-plus points in 3 consecutive games. 25 points a game for the season while taking just 4 threes a night in his 10th year out of Kentucky. As for Nick Nurse's starting 5 in his 2nd year, it's Kyle Lowry, the other Villanova starting point guard. It's Lowry's first full season in Philly, if you can believe it, in year 19 out of Villanova. As Joel Embiid is introduced to raucous applause here at Wells Fargo Center. He's coming off a 3-game suspension for shoving a reporter and a 6-game absence due to a knee injury, so this indeed is his first game of the season. But yes, point guard Kyle Lowry, it feels like he's been in Philly forever because of last year's playoff matchup, but he was traded at midseason from Miami to Charlotte, then waived and then signed by the Sixers. The 2 guard is Kelly Oubre Jr. He might wind up guarding Jalen Brunson again, but offensively, he's 2 for his last 15 from 3 in his 10th year out of Kansas. But the prize of the offseason in free agency anyway, Paul George, who signed a 4-year, $211 million deal with the Sixers this summer. He's in his 15th year out of Fresno State. And then Caleb Martin, also a nice acquisition for the Sixers in year 6 out of Nevada. Averaged over 10 points a game so far this season. And if he keeps that up, it'll be the first time in his career that Martin has done that as he has moved on from the Miami Heat. And then the aforementioned big man in the middle, Joel Embiid. It's his 12th game head-to-head against Karl Anthony Towns as he continues year 9 out of Kansas. Last year, Embiid averaged a 34-point double-double, and those numbers stayed consistent in that playoff series against the Knicks, even though he was famously playing through that knee injury. Now, Monica, there is a minutes limit on Embiid. Nick Nurse said about 25 to 30 minutes, but you figure when he's on the court, the Knicks have to act like he's going to be out there the entire game until he leaves, because he is an absolute game changer for this Philadelphia team.
Yeah, and one of the things you think about is obviously foul trouble, as the Knicks don't have a ton of depth at that 5 position right now. And Karl Anthony Towns can be a little prone to picking up fouls, but it's going to be paramount that the Knicks defend with wisdom. Now, bear in mind that during that series last season, OG Anunoby actually spent a lot of time guarding Joel Embiid. Now, you can argue about what percentage of himself Joel Embiid was due to that knee injury, but like we've heard already this season, OG Anunoby has the utmost confidence in himself, guarding bigger, smaller, faster, taller.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. We're ready to roll. Knicks in the white uniforms. It says New York across the front in orange, and they got orange numbers on the front and back. Last names in blue on the back of the jerseys above the numbers. And then the Sixers in the red uniforms. It says Phila across the front in white in cursive. Small numbers on the front. Underneath that, Phila. And then bigger numbers on the back underneath a white last name. Opening tip won by the Sixers. The shot clock and game clock did not start in time, so a whistle 1 second into the game from crew chief Kevin Scott. And they'll adjust the clock as Lowry inbounds from the near sideline. Sixers going from right to left on top of a dark blue, light blue, royal blue court. They've got a blue rainbow down there below at Wells Fargo Center as Embiid operates from the far side elbow, holds the ball high, feeds a cutting George, and he lays in a reverse over OG Anunoby. And you know Sixers fans are happy to see Embiid and George connecting with their very first possession together.
Immediately, the two-man game that we heard Nick Nurse talk about potentially, whether those guys will be running the pick and roll or pin down screens or just that, a little give and go.
No Tyrese Maxey, as he's still dealing with a hamstring strain. Brunson gets a bounce pass on the right wing from Bridges. He'll knife into the paint, kick out to Bridges, splits a double team out high. Closed out by Embiid, flips one to Towns. His three-pointer is good from the far side wing, and the Knicks are up 3-2.
It's a great ball movement from the Knicks, and Karl Anthony Towns showing his immediate versatility in terms of why he was an essential piece in what the Knicks did this summer.
Full court pass was tipped out of bounds off of the Knicks. It'll be inbounded from the baseline by Paul George on the far side. But yes, Tyrese Maxey is going to be reevaluated later this week with that hamstring injury. But this is the first time that Embiid and George have been able to play together. Paul George missed the first 4 games of the year with a bone bruise as Lowry back rims a far side wing 3. Rebound Towns, outlet to Hart on the far side. We'll get it to Towns straight away. Trailer catch and shoot 3. Got another one. Karl Anthony Towns 2 for 2, and the Knicks are up 6-2.
He comes into this ballgame shooting 53, almost 54% from the three-point line. Sixers might want to find him.
He's the best in the league at above the break three-pointers. Non-corner triples for Karl Anthony Towns. He's at 58%. Lowry spins in the lane and flips one home with a right-hand pass. Brunson. It's 6-4 Knicks.
That old Villanova connection. Brunson, Hart, obviously, Bridges, and Lowry all share that cloth.
Lowry, the 38-year-old now from this city of Philadelphia, as Bridges catches and drives, will flip one up with a right hand. Nice finish from Mikal Bridges. It's 8-4 Knicks.
That is the sort of cerebral basketball that Jalen Brunson said is when Mikal Bridges is at his best.
On the near side wing, Lowry swings it around for Oubre. Now far side wing, it's Embiid stripped by Towns. Loose ball at midcourt. Embiid has it. Walks into a 3. Front rimmed it from the top of the key, and Hart gets the rebound.
We've heard across the league that it's hard to replicate actual game play, and so we'll see how Joel Embiid does in his first game of the season.
Brunson on the drive. Blocked by Oubre with rim protection as Brunson burned Lowry, but the help defense came over. On the other end, Oubre catch and shoot 3. Back rimmed it from the near side wing. Offensive rebound, George. Bounces to the baseline and nails a mid-range J. It's a 2-point Knick lead now.
Paul George is really good with those turnarounds all over the floor. The mid-range, even extending that one out a little bit, that's something that's certainly a part of his repertoire.
The three-pointers haven't come around for one of the better three-point shooters in the NBA. He's 4 for 25. As Anunoby backs down Lowry near side, mid-post, pump fake. Now steps back, takes a mid-range jumper, which just barely grazes the front rim. And Oubre gets the rebound. Sixers ball, they can tie or take the lead. And beat on the far side, mid-range, backing down the smaller Josh Hart. Pull-up jumper, trying to draw a foul. Classic Joel.
Josh Hart does a really good job of standing his ground there and not reaching over.
And the shot missed too strong. Towns on the other side drives from the top of the key to the elbow. Tough floater is good. And Karl Anthony Towns has 8 of the Knicks' first 10 points tonight.
That floater is even more difficult because it's not just penetrating past Joel Embiid, his primary defender, but Caleb Martin, who's a terrific defender, came over in help position, and he had to twinkle toe and split the 2.
George drives off a spin, kick out. Martin near side corner 3, left it short. Great contest from OG Anunoby. He might have got a piece of that. Loose ball collected by Hart. Pass to his left for Brunson. Catch and shoot left wing 3. Front rim no good. And Oubre gets the board.
Well, as usual, there's a strong contingent of Knicks fans here in Philadelphia.
The intensity you hope to have on night 1 of the NBA Cup, it is very much here at Wells Fargo Center. Knicks lead 10-6, 8:15 to go in the opening quarter. Embiid posting up Towns near side at the mid-post. Pump fake once, puts a shoulder into him, now drives baseline, pump fake again, Anunoby off his feet. Embiid kicks out, shot clock violation. There's some rim protection from Karl Anthony Towns. It's not going to show up on the stat line because he didn't take a shot, but you love the defense inside.
Definitely. Both guys. Karl Anthony Towns was the primary defender. The secondary effort, though, from OG Anunoby doing a great job of not jumping before Joel Embiid committed to taking a shot. Their ability to stay on the ground helped them both to avoid fouls in that defensive coverage.
There have been some numbers circulating about other teams' success at the rim with Karl Anthony Towns in the paint. The context certainly necessary there as Anunoby pump fakes a three, steps inside the line, and nails a mid-range jumper from the far side.
I'll add to that conversation, Tyler, that and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that Karl Anthony Towns has fouled out yet this season. Maybe once.
Nope.
He has not fouled out yet this season. So that is important when you understand, again, that this Knicks team is still trying to get healthy. I think it's been smart decision-making by Karl Anthony Towns.
They're the second best offense in the NBA. They're scoring more than the Boston Celtics right now. The defense is coming along as Embiid drops a pass inside from George with a good closeout from Hart. Knicks basketball up 12-6 with 7:22 to go.
The theme through those first 4 games, and I apologize, LT, was that second and third effort, and the Knicks have been on point with those efforts so far to start this one.
Straight away, Towns flipped one inside for Anunoby, muscling Lowry to the bucket, but George comes over and swats it out of bounds. Great block by Paul George. It'll stay with the Knicks.
I do think that over the course of his career, as he's navigated various injuries, folks forget that Paul George was Defensive Player of the Year type guy. Like in those early battles in Indiana and Cleveland when LeBron James was still in Cleveland, like Paul George was appointed next up on both sides of the ball.
Inbound play to Bridges, fumbled it in the far corner, but got the loose ball. Puts his hip into Oubre, one-arm pass to the top of the key, tipped by George, gathered in by Hart. He'll drive the lane, but he fumbled it, and it's George the other way. Anunoby picks him up in transition, stepping through the lane, drew a foul, fired it up, and missed the layup with 2 foul shots coming for Paul George.
Really smart offensive play by Paul George. He just kind of gathers and realizes that OG Anunoby is not really in a position to get out of the way and keep his hands off as a defender.
Karl Anthony Towns has 8 of the Knicks' first 12 points. They lead 12-6 at our first media timeout, with Paul George heading to the foul line after this. With 6:56 to go in the opening quarter, Knicks by 6. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Cheer basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
312 players played last night, Eddie. The best player to me was Darius Garland. This is the Darius Garland that we thought we were going to get a couple of years ago. There went from conversation that maybe Cleveland deals Darius Garland. Not only is Cleveland playing like the best team in the league, but Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland right now look like the best backcourt in the NBA.
NBA Today. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Sirius XM NBA Radio Channel 86 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
You love listening to baseball. You love talking about baseball, and so do we. That's why SiriusXM has the only channel on the radio dedicated to baseball 24/7. It's MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM Channel 89. News, opinions, passionate baseball talk from former players and GMs, plus interviews with players, managers, and executives, original specials, and much, much, much more. All baseball, every day, on your radio. If you can hear me right now, you've got MLB Network Radio, SiriusXM Channel 89, and on the SiriusXM app.
The most important person in sports is you, the fan.
Let me tell you something. I'm a real fan.
And your place for sports talk is Mad Dog Sports Radio, where your voice is heard all day long.
I couldn't wait to get into the truck, turn on 82.
Sharing the thrill of victory.
The joy, the jubilation. I can't stop smiling.
And the agony of defeat.
When is this franchise going to realize people really care about this?
Passionate sports fans call 888-MAD-DOG-6.
You gotta love sports.
Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
In 2024, Scotty Scheffler led the PGA Tour in victories, scoring average, prize money, birdies per round, mug shots, greens and regulation percentage, putting average, second round scoring average. Listen to 2024, the year of Scotty Scheffler, Thursday, November 28th at 7 a.m. on Sirius XM PGA Tour Radio, Channel 92 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app. Should I keep going? Approach from 150 to 175 yards. Par 4 birdies.
Back in South Philly, it's 12-6 Knicks with just under 7 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Knicks basketball on ESPN Plus is brought to you by Jovia Financial Credit Union. Discover the benefits of brighter banking at jovia.org. Well, Paul George was fouled in transition and missed a layup just before that immediate timeout. So he'll get 2 free throws at the basket to our left. Andre Drummond has his warm-ups off, and he's standing on the court. Can't confirm yet if Joel Embiid is going to be taking some time on the bench, but that's going to be a real part of the story tonight, Monica, how long Embiid can play and how effective he is. You mentioned it during the first few minutes. It is much easier said than done to return to intense NBA Cup-level action when you haven't played all year.
Yeah, and Andre Drummond has been serviceable for this Philadelphia 76ers squad. I mean, they're coming off of an overtime victory in which they gave up, I believe they were up as many as 16 points in that matchup versus the Hornets. But Andre Drummond, he's also a guy that has talked candidly about his journey through the NBA. I know he spends time with the NBA Players Association sharing about the importance of attitude and focus because he was highly touted coming out of UConn and has found his way to a number of teams in the last few years, partly because of attitude, partly because of the way that the game has changed. And he's been able to find himself a home here in Philadelphia where he still is a prolific rebounder, particularly offensively.
Drummond is into the game for Embiid, and we call him a local guy. He was born in Mount Vernon, New York, moved to Connecticut when he was young. Drummond now 31 in his 13th year as George hits the first foul shot to make it 12-7 Knicks. It's been the Karl Anthony Towns show early on. Hit a couple of threes from the top of the key. And then a tough floater where it looked like he got fouled. One of those drives that he abruptly stopped and fired the ball at the basket, hoping for a foul shot, and he got it to go with no call. Well, George makes both free throws. It's 12-8 Knicks. Hart on the right side drives. Alley-oop to Anunoby, and OG stuffs it. Good vision from Josh Hart.
What a great finish by OG Anunoby. Caleb Martin has gotten a highlight block or two, and he went to contest that alley-oop.
They tried to steal the initial pass up top to Towns, and when that did not succeed, the defense was left scrambling. George, catch and shoot 3, buries it from the top of the key. George, just 4 of 25 from 3 entering tonight. That's not going to continue.
One thing that you notice automatically with this, or early, immediately is the word I want, with these Sixers is that their offense has much more flow to it.
Brunson pull-up jump shot in and out from the far side elbow. Yeah, Philly 27th in offensive rating coming into tonight. And they hope that's entirely because they haven't had George, Embiid, and Maxey on the floor together yet. George drives on Anunoby, far side of the paint, steps in, hands off to Drummond, pump fake on Towns, stuffed at the rim by Cat, loose ball picked up by Towns, throws it ahead to Brunson, crosses over on Lowry, righty layup won't go as Martin came over to help and might have got a piece of it.
Yeah, Brunson thought that there was some goaltending there.
Transition 3, Martin in and out for the near side wing, rebound Anunoby.
It has been physical underneath this basket, particularly on this Philadelphia 76ers side as the Knicks defense is holding strong.
Towns up top, jab step, three-pointer, back rim no good, long rebound, Bridges far corner, took a bump and they'll call the foul on George. That's the first personal against Philly tonight. And I'm going to keep a tally, Monica, that is 2 rim denials from Karl Anthony Towns, I would say, tonight.
I think you're right to keep an eye on that. Listen, the stats and the analytics are so much a part of the game. But I do, as our colleague Wally Zerbiak says on MSG Network sometimes, it's like you don't want to get caught up in useless stats. Now, I am not saying that some of the stats that suggest that Karl Anthony Towns has not been great in front of the rim are useless, but I do think that context is so important when you have these conversations. Sure, he may not be a prolific shot blocker, but he's been available to play 35-plus minutes for this Tom Thibodeau team, and he's been very productive.
Well, those advanced stats make it seem like if an offensive player gets within 3 feet of the hoop, it's an automatic bucket on Towns. It's just not the case. Here's Brunson near side elbow. Knicks up 14-11 with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. On the first Emirates NBA Cup night of the year, Deuce McBride just into the game, picks a wild lefty hook and gets it to go. Soft finish off the front rim. I've never seen him make a shot like that before.
And even here in Philly, the Deuce chants erupt.
16-11 Knicks. As George drives the paint on Bridges, hands off to Drummond, passes to Yabusele behind him, and Gershon Yabusele misses a three-pointer from the far side corner.
Yabusele was the darling of France's Olympic team.
Inside to Anunoby, throws it down with 2 hands. He sealed off the defense from Yabusele, got a nice feed from Brunson, and the Knicks are up 7.
That's the second time that OG Anunoby has been able to get that interior seal. He had it earlier, and it was a assisted shot block by Paul George.
He's got 2 dunks and a mid-range jumper tonight. OG with 6, Towns with 8. minutes as Jeff Doughton into the game. He'll slip one inside to a cutting Drummond, who lays it in with the left hand. It's back to a 5-point game.
Yeah, the pick and roll that continues to puzzle a lot of the league that time. The switch.
Brunson one-arm pass to the left wing for Anunoby. Catch and shoot three. Rolls around, and now Jericho Sims just into the game with an offensive rebound. Out to Brunson, right wing. Gets a screen from Sims. Will spin back to the top of the key. Picked up his dribble. Rifles a pass to the near corner for Bridges. Baseline drive low to high underneath the hoop. Turnaround jumper is good from 9 feet. And the Knicks are back up 7.
The next thing for me to focus on Mikal Bridges is which turn is more effective, over his left shoulder or over his right shoulder?
Well, he gets the ball and has the idea to get to the mid-range and take a shot. He's been just about unstoppable this year.
He's very good.
But, of course, so much of the offense, rightfully so, runs through Brunson and Towns as George takes an off-the-dribble three from the near side break, but he missed it. Yabusele and Anunoby crash together for the rebound. It squirts loose for Bridges behind the back dribble in transition. Sets up Brunson, right wing three, in and out. And it's Drummond to reach up for the rebound.
Man, what a beautiful sequence. And there's a good-looking shot by Jalen Brunson that just does not get the friendly roll here on the road.
Paul George, far side, crosses over Bridges, gets to the baseline, fall-away jumper. That's a superstar bucket for Paul George from about 18 feet, and it's a 5-point game.
If I could go back to that last Philadelphia Sixers offensive possession, Jericho Sims did a really good job of contesting that initial three on the left wing.
Yeah, Sims, his metrics are pretty good defensively this year as he slips inside on a pick and roll, but the pass was poked away by George. Ahead of the pack, Martin, but he's caught up to by Anunoby. They'll bring it back to the far wing. Knicks 20, Sixers 15, just under 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. Pass inside to Yabusele, near block, defended by the smaller Brunson. Sims over to help, and he forces a pass. That's picked off by McBride. Ahead to Bridges in transition. Layup won't go. Tip slam Sims. Jericho Sims on both ends, getting it done off the bench.
I'll take it from Jericho Sims. He doesn't necessarily give you a lot, but what he does give you in those moments, he knows exactly what his role is, to clean up the glass.
Only got to play 9 minutes on Sunday in Indiana, maybe earning some more time tonight. Defending Drummond near side post. He'll kick it out to Martin on the right side. Gets a screen from Yabusele, pick and slip. Pass to Yabusele, blocked at the rim by Sims. Rebound Drummond. Shot clock says 0, and another turnover forced by the Knicks with Jericho Sims' fingerprints all over it. Yabusele rose to the rim with the right hand. Sims said no. And that'll bring us to a timeout with 2:16 remaining in the opening quarter. Knicks 22, Sixers 15. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
In 2024, you get more at Ramsey Mazda. More selection and more savings, like a new 2024 Mazda CX-5, starting at just $29,276. Ramsey Mazda is the proud recipient of the 2023 President's Club Award and the 2024 Cars.com Consumer Satisfaction Award. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get more in a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Sports fans, take your game day snacks to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
Back live in South Philadelphia, it's 22-15. Knicks lead the Sixers with 2:16 to go in the opening quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Pat O'Keefe has your halftime and post-game coverage. And Monica, in an era of three-point shooting, you've refreshingly been able to dive into points in the paint throughout the year. It's not a department the Knicks have always dominated in, but tonight, that's in their favor.
Yeah, it's 12-6 right now in favor of the New York Knicks, which says a lot considering that this is the night that Joel Embiid has returned. Now, granted, he was out when we went to that timeout. He is now returning to the basketball game, so he will be putting pressure on this New York Knicks defense. But that is obviously a key anytime you square up against the Philadelphia 76ers. And sorry, folks, I got a little bit distracted. It looked like Tyrese Maxey was talking a little trash to Campaign.
Uh-oh.
It was friendly, but it caught my eye.
That's what Campaign does, and he returns to the floor here along with Matt Ryan, the New Rochelle kid, getting his first real minutes with the Knicks. The three-point specialist got some garbage time at the end of that blowout against Milwaukee last week. He's on the floor, the first Knick to ever wear number 37. Payne is out there for the first time in the last 4 games. He'll feed Towns, who muscles his way to the rim. Almost got stripped, but powered through and finished to get 10 points in the first quarter.
Listen, I will not stand for anyone besmirching the name of Karl-Anthony Towns in terms of what he's brought to this team this season.
Exponentially tougher than advertised as Yabusele works on the near side elbow. Bounces one inside to Embiid. Fouled by Towns. That would have been a layup for Embiid, so Towns made him earn it with 100 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's Knicks 24, Sixers 15. The 10 on the floor right now. Payne, McBride, Anunoby, Ryan, and Towns against Oubre, Doughton, Yabusele, Embiid, and just into the game, Jared McCain, the rookie out of Duke, 16th overall pick, who just had a career-high 27 points on Sunday, and a big overtime defensive stop against LaMelo Ball to seal that OT win over Charlotte.
He hit some ballsy three-pointers in that basketball game as well.
Yeah, it wasn't like they didn't take the rookie seriously and gave him open looks. He was stepping back, he was driving, kicking, falling away as Embiid makes both foul shots. It's back to a 7-point game. Anunoby off the catch, but the pass was behind him from Payne and stolen by Yabusele. Doughton gets it to Embiid, trailer 3, no, kick out to the right side. Yabusele catch and shoot. Three-pointer is good from the far wing. It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, Yabusele is a 43% three-point shooter, and so you have to guard that honestly.
Is it an aberration? We don't know. He hasn't been in the NBA since 2019 as McBride steps into a left wing 3 and connects from the far side. Back to a 7-point Knick lead.
That is not an aberration when it comes to what Deuce McBride brings to the table.
He's back over 40% for the season from 3 now with that make. McCain dribbles around the perimeter and he connects on a triple from the top of the key over Matt Ryan.
Ryan got hung up on the screen on the right side of the floor.
Every Knicks fan knows you have to play defense to earn minutes as McBride drives and kicks. Swinging around for Ryan. Open 3, left point. Back rim no good, and Yabusele gets the rebound.
It's a good-looking shot by Matt Ryan and even better rotation by the New York Knicks.
Oubre back into the game. Backs down McBride all the way to the low post. Turnaround jumper won't go for the near side.
Collectively, the Knicks have done a really good job of holding their ground defensively, defending without fouling when the Philadelphia Sixers have their back to the basket.
4 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's 27-23 Knicks at the end of the first quarter. McBride tried to dribble around Oubre, and he got bumped. Called a personal. That's just the second foul of the quarter and the first in the last 2 minutes on Philly. Brunson will check in here, and the benefit of that foul is that the shot clock is now turned off, so the Knicks can hold for the final shot. And they'll get Caleb Martin into the game in place of Kershawn Yabusele.
So that is a defensive switch. Martin and Oubre, in particular, two of your better defenders, more versatile defenders.
McBride gets the ball inbounded toward midcourt for Anunoby, connecting with Brunson, who's hounded at the 6 in the 76er logo by Martin. Pick and pop with Towns, but Martin read it, stole the pass, takes it the length of the court, and stuffs it. Big play from Caleb Martin to make it a 2-point game with just 2 seconds left in the first quarter. Towns will inbound ahead to McBride. He'll take a 50-footer and missed it short. To end quarter number 1 with the score, New York 27, Philadelphia 25.
For whatever it's worth, when we talk about the pace of play and the anticipation of this game, in the last matchup versus the Pacers, the Knicks gave up 29 first-quarter points. And so they've done a better job. In fact, without that turnover, you're looking at a 23-point quarter, which is something that you're probably pretty proud of.
Karl Anthony Towns leads the Knicks with 10, but Paul George had 11 on 4 of 5 shooting. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Former NBA player Antonio Daniels talks about the big stories across the league every afternoon on Give and Go.
How hot does that seat get for Doc Rivers? Would they pull the plug on him this early?
Not a chance. They can't afford just to continue to fire coaches and keep paying coaches that aren't coaching. They're going to give Doc Rivers a chance because of his reputation. They're going to give him a chance to figure this out.
Hear Give and Go weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern, only on Sirius XM NBA Radio Channel 86 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
We are 7 weeks into the fantasy football season, and whether your team is in the race or ready to make the greatest comeback ever, Fantasy Sports Radio is ready to take you there.
It's more rewarding when you lose your first-round pick and you find a way to win anyway.
From start-sit advice to waiver pickups to so much more.
You got to work the waiver wire. You got to make trades. The draft is just a piece of the puzzle.
Showtime! Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the Sirius XM app.
Hello, Angel fans. My name is John, and that's my brother Mike.
And my name is Mike, and that's my brother John.
Together, we are the Super Halo Bros and the hosts of your daily Los Angeles Angels podcast, Locked On Angels, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Locked On Angels brings you the latest Angel news and analysis and breaks down all of the action. Locked On Angels is everything an Angel fan could want, all in a daily 30-minute podcast.
Download Locked On Angels right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. Search Locked On Angels.
In season or out of season, the #1 place for college sports is SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
24/7, 365 coverage of all things NASCAR. All things NASCAR happens exclusively on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90.
Out of here! Trout has done it again.
This is Mike Trout, center fielder of Los Angeles Angels. And you're listening to Angels Baseball on SiriusXM.
Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Quite a first quarter of NBA Cup season. It's Knicks 27, Sixers 25 here in Philadelphia. They're playing a very dramatic tribute video on the Jumbotron here at Wells Fargo Center to honor the most beloved former Georgetown Hoya basketball star in the building. And I was confused. I thought they were going to show Monica McNutt. Apparently, Allen Iverson is here. I got the wrong memo.
I don't know why I didn't anticipate that one from you.
Neither did I. But indeed, AI is put up on the video board. And look, if you love basketball, you probably loved Allen Iverson.
Bubba Chuck. And what is this? A metallic navy vest? It's giving Hoya blue. I'm sure he probably didn't put that on for that reason, but I'm going to make that connection.
Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, Monica McNutt. The Georgetown trio. Mount Rushmore at the very least.
Oh, I do very much appreciate the love that he gets when he comes back to this building. I mean, I don't know about you, Patrick, but I think he was the first guy that had me realize the crossover between culture and the sports experience for a number of reasons.
I'll put him up there. Okay, AI love affair over. Knicks basketball back in session. Near side Anunoby, catch and drive off a feed from Ryan. He'll flip it out to Payne. Knifing to the paint, floater from inside the foul line, a little too strong. Rebound tipped by Embiid and picked by Payne. He gets Anunoby an open look from 3, rimmed out. Offensive rebound, Towns. Passes to OG, and he slams it in for the 3rd time tonight.
Anunoby leaves no room for error with that finish. Even though he's been great from the three-point line, shooting 40%, the dunk is even a higher percentage.
Now, Embiid, I'll say, was a little slow to try to get after that 50-50 ball. It was available for him and Towns beat him clean. Knicks by 4. Doughton catch and shoot 3 from the far wing. That's too strong, and Payne gets the rebound. It's not a matter of laziness for Embiid. It's shaken off the rust. He has not played all season. This is game 10 for both of these squads. And yes, the knee injury might be hampering him as he's burned to the basket by Towns, but he missed the fall-away runner with the right hand, asking for a foul that won't come. Now Embiid picks up his dribble, top of the key, hands off to McCain. He'll dart to the paint, strip, but a foul as Payne was reaching in from behind. McCain asking for 2 free throws, and we'll see if that's the result. Yes, he will get to the line.
Young Jared McCain.
So he's got almost 4 million followers on TikTok, Monica. And he does a lot of, I guess, dancing?
I have not checked out his TikTok. But I do know that my dear friend at ESPN, Christine Williamson, is a huge fan of his. She had a chance to interview with him when he was still at Duke. I believe they may have made a TikTok together. I just don't have time to keep up with TikTok in that way. Tyler?
I agree. You have someone who does spreadsheets for you and says, this is what's cool on TikTok today. Is that what it is? By the way, with that putback, an offensive rebound from Towns and the eventual dunk from Anunoby, the Knicks now outscoring the Sixers in second chance points 8-2. But McCain makes the foul shot, so it's 29-27 New York with 10.5 to go in the second quarter. I do not have a TikTok account either.
I have an account. I'm just not on it that often. I actually put our highlights when we make them on there because it's better to edit on TikTok than Reels. Campaign.
Wow, step back right wing three over Embiid. And Campaign sprints back down the floor, giving the Knicks a 5-point lead. Embiid near side, handoff to McCain, catch and shoot three straight on. Missed it too strong. Offensive rebound, Yabusele gets it out to Embiid. He'll drive, flips one to Yabusele, near side corner three, short. Another offensive rebound. It's Embiid this time. Tried to draw a foul, threw it up in the air, came straight down into his hands.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's travel, Monica.
Definitely not a thing. That's legal.
That was a foul-baiting move from Joel Embiid, and he didn't get the call. And, well, when you don't get the call, you look a little foolish.
It could end up on Shaq than a fool. Definitely could, especially because Shaq, he's always hollering about them big men being strong, going into the paint.
I believe it was Shaq who had some not-so-nice words for the Knicks during the TNT pregame show today. And a putback slam from Towns off a layup miss from Campaign on the basket to our right. And Towns has 12 in the early going.
Really, really like the aggressiveness by the Knicks in the paint, particularly Karl-Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby.
Now Doughton. He'll drive to the near side of the paint. Net by Hart. Missed the layup. Rebound Towns. He's got 6 already. Knicks from left to right. They got a 7-point lead. McBride on the right side. Defended by Embiid. He's got the quickness advantage. He'll drive to lane with the left hand. Kick out to the far side corner. Three for Ryan. Back rim no good. Long rebound Yabusele. A hit to McCain. He'll drive the baseline low to high on Hart. Pass to the far corner for Doughton. His catch and shoot three very short. Rebound Hart. He's got 3. At midcourt, net by Embiid, spins away from him, gets it to Payne. Right side three, off the heel from the wing, and a rebound Yabusele.
Goodness gracious, we're building the brick house that can't be blown down by both teams lately.
The Knicks do not have any fast break points tonight, and they're trying. Philly has 4. Final 9 minutes now of this opening half. Lob pass inside to Embiid, and he's tugged down and fouled by Payne, as Embiid will take a breather on his back. Underneath the hoop at the basket to our left.
Over or under, do you think Cameron Payne actually used that much force?
Well, under by a mile.
Okay, just checking.
Very strange spread you've presented there, but I get your meaning.
It was a strange spread. You know what I meant.
I guess so. It's the modern era of sports viewing. It's 34-27 Knicks with 8:54 to go in the second quarter. Embiid will line up these free throws, and it's part of what makes him so good. He gets to the foul line as much as anybody in the NBA, and when he gets there, he knocks him down. Last year, an 88% foul shooter, which is just ridiculous for a 7-footer. But that's what Karl-Anthony Towns is shooting this year as well.
I also think you got to appreciate, nobody accuses him of being a free throw merchant. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. It's hard to accuse him of that because he is so big and powerful, and the only way to defend him is to be physical.
He makes both foul shots. Knicks in a hurry. Payne hands off to McBride. He knifes to the rim and lays it in. Nobody picked up Deuce McBride. And he makes it a 7-point Knick lead again.
I love the quickness, though. That is a prime example of sometimes it's just easier to get a basket before a defensive team can load up.
That was like a hook and ladder play in football. Payne caught it at the wing, handed off to a charging McBride. And now on the other end, 3-point play for the Sixers as Oubre caught a pass on the far side of the paint and slipped it through with a foul called on Karl-Anthony Towns.
So this was interesting as Jericho Sims checks into the ballgame for Towns. Joel Embiid was actually bringing the basketball up. And the screen is inverted pick and roll, right? Because the screen was set by the smaller guard in Kelly Oubre. So it drew the switch. Oubre now being guarded by Karl-Anthony Towns, and Joel Embiid temporarily being guarded by Matt Ryan. So the Sixers then had either option to go to as far as mismatches.
12 points in 12 minutes with 6 rebounds and 2 assists for Karl Anthony Towns, but he will exit the game with 2 fouls here. 8:31 to go in the second quarter. Oubre's free throw is good at the basket to our left, so it's 36-32 Knicks with now 8.5 to go. Brunson back into the game. He's in the backcourt with Deuce McBride. They've got Hart and Ryan on the wings, and Jericho Sims is the center. Looks like Mikal Bridges is about to check in, as McBride will dribble Oubre to the far side mid-post, spins in the lane, and scores with the right hand from the restricted area.
A fantastic move by Deuce McBride, but that was calculated. I think he's been observing how Kelly Oubre is guarding him when those switches happen through multiple possessions in this ballgame.
It's been a great first half for Deuce McBride. 9 points in 9 minutes on 4 of 5 shooting, and now Ryan gets a steal off a pass for Doughton. He'll take it the length of the court, blocked at the rim by Oubre, but they call goaltending. Oubre disagrees, and I do not believe that's goaltending. It can be reviewed, though, and Nick Nurse will use a challenge.
Ooh, yeah, that ball was definitely still going up. This is probably going to get overturned. I appreciate the aggressive attack by Matt Ryan. Now, if this is overturned, where was the ball at the end of the possession? Because that's going to be important.
They will take a look, and we will take a break. Right now, it's 40-32 Knicks, but they might be taking 2 off the board. 7:58 to go here in the second quarter, as the Knicks have held the Sixers to 1 of 8 shooting so far since the end of the first. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Knicks 38, Sixers 32, 7:58 to go in the second quarter. Yes, that's an updated score because the challenge was successful for Philadelphia. It was not a goaltending on Kelly Oubre, so he gets a block on Matt Ryan's transition layup attempt. No clear possession, so they'll jump it up. Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the New York Knicks, superior light beer. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The 5 on the floor for Tom Thibodeau is Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Ryan, and Sims. So Ryan is, again, playing his first serious minutes with the Knicks. He's 0 for 3 and 0 for 2 from 3, but he's getting a long leash out here for Tom Thibodeau as perhaps the rotation is expanding.
This is a big deal. This is a big deal because it is well documented that Coach Tibbs trusts who he trusts, but it's good to see that he's given Matt Ryan an opportunity to earn some trust as the Sixers come up with that jump ball.
And by the way, Campaign, 6 minutes, hit a three-pointer, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Pass inside to Drummond, fumbled it a bit, middle of the paint. He'll rifle a pass out to the far wing for Martin. He's picked up by Ryan, crosses over, spins inside. Finger roll won't go, but they call a foul on Ryan. who did a good job to stick with Martin, but he was shaking and shimmying all the way to the hoop. Nice moves.
Yeah, that's not an easy defensive assignment. Welcome to the big leagues again. He has served on multiple primary clubs and NBA organizations, not just been two-way in G League, but the size. Matt Ryan offers you terrific shooting. He's 6'6". I think as he settles in and continues to develop more confidence on both sides of the ball, he can be a guy that can help you spell your starters if you're Tom Thibodeau.
Exactly what I was about to say. He's also a guy who can let OG Anunoby rest. OG just checked back into the game, and Ryan will take a seat after 7 minutes. First foul shot was good for Martin. The Knicks have Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Sims on the floor. And Karl-Anthony Towns about to check in, so that will complete the rest of the starting five at the next whistle. Both foul shots are good, so New York leads Philly 38-34 with 7.5 to go in quarter number 2. Brunson driving, kick to the far side corner for Bridges, got it back at the wing, picked up by Jared McCain. He'll take him to the basket, got bumped, flipped it up, and 2 free throws to come. And every rookie in the NBA has to learn this lesson.
So true.
Against Jalen Brunson.
So true, LT. So true.
It wasn't a pump fake, but he had the first step on him, had him on his left hip, then he pulled up for a quick shot, took the bump, and he'll get 2 foul shots. Well, Brunson, after an 11 for 17 effort in Sunday's loss, he hasn't carried over that efficiency yet. He is 0 for 5 tonight and 0 for 2 from 3, but his assist-to-turnover ratio, as he rattles home the first, it's on pace for the best of his career. His last 2 games, 19 assists, only 3 turnovers. Last year averaged 6.7 assists per game. Right now he's at 6.6, but he's taking more and more advantage of all the other offensive options they have on this roster now.
Jalen Brunson is a student of the game, both what he does and what his teammates where his teammates are most successful, I should say. So I'm not worried about any of the numbers 10 games in when it comes to JB.
Well, he's on the board with 2 free throws. It's Knicks 40, Sixers 34 as Philly operates from right to left in the red jerseys. Baseline drive from McCain, missed the reverse layup. Put back no good from Oubre, but he got pushed from behind.
Oh, I thought they were going to go with the goaltend.
Brunson is hit with his first foul, and that is the 5th on the Knicks. It was a shooting foul anyway, so Oubre is at the line.
Kelly Oubre, I will give him his credit. He and Caleb Martin, they are both NBA prototypes in terms of athletes. They are quick, they're bouncy, they keep moving. But counterpoint, the Knicks have very similar in Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. And Josh Hart, for that matter.
First foul shot is good off the front rim and then rolls around and in. And Caleb Martin, I don't know how long it'll take, but every time I think of him, I can't get that series against Boston 2 years ago out of my head. It was the Eastern Conference Finals when Miami went up 3-0. And in large part, it was because of Caleb Martin. He averaged 19 a game and shot just under 50% from downtown. And one of the more impressive playoff upsets in recent memory, the 8-seed Heat knocking off the Boston Celtics, who were the 1 seed.
I'm sure he doesn't want you to forget that either.
Here's Towns on a drive straight line. Blocked at the rim by Drummond. Knicks want a goaltending there, but they don't get it. Oubre has it from right to left. They set up McCain, far side corner 3, in and out, rebound, tipped by Drummond, and Anunoby came back to the ball and took it away from Martin. Ahead to Bridges, bounces one in transition to Hart, but it's out of his reach. A rare moment where the college teammates were out of sync on the run, and the Knicks turn it over for the 4th time.
I think Hart actually thought that ball might have been going to the opposite wing where Jalen Brunson was setting up for a 3. I'm good with either pass, but the miscommunication, you hate to see it. These unforced turnovers piling up against the Knicks. Remember, that first quarter, they would have held the Sixers to 23 points if not for that last turnover that led to a dunk to close out for the Sixers, landing on 25 points in that first quarter.
Bridges 4 points on 2 of 3 shooting. Hart has not taken a shot yet after missing all 3 of his 3-pointers on Sunday. Of course, in the playoffs last year, Nick Nurse and the Sixers sagged off of Hart whenever he had a chance to shoot a 3. Oubre off the dribble, top of the key triple. That misses. Batted out by McCain, right to Drummond. He'll drive from the free throw line and scores over Towns to make it a 2-point game.
Towns deliberate in that contest, but doing so without fouling.
Yeah, he's got 2 fouls. As Hart will drive to the foul line. Pass over the top to Towns. He got fouled hard by Lowry, who was caught behind him. So Cat will get 2 free throws. It's the second foul of the quarter on Philly. Or no, it was blocked straight out of bounds. Check that.
So this is that obnoxious, this is one of the games that I remember for reasons I don't want to. I don't think that Lowry was with the Sixers when this happened last year, but he came to the Garden, and he might have still been in Toronto. He had like 4 blocks because he strips that ball away as guys are going up for layups.
I should have known better. Brunson got stripped by Martin. Loose ball comes near sideline at midcourt to George. Flips a pass over the top, but it's picked off by Bridges. He was looking for Oubre. Bridges across the timeline from left to right. Knicks in white, Sixers in red. Top of the key, Bridges. Gets a screen left side from Towns. They'll pick and roll. Far side baseline mid-range. He's swinging around to Hart, catch and drive on George, and a blocking foul on Paul George. So there's the second foul about halfway through the second quarter on Philly.
So Josh Hart catches that ball with about 10 seconds on the shot clock, and a quick first step, drawing the contact as he looked to penetrate with his left hand down the center of the lane. Josh Hart in a knack for late in the shot clock heroics in one form or another.
Starting 5 is on the floor for the Knicks against Lowry, George, Martin, Drummond, and Oubre. Towns forced to pass inside to a cutting Brunson, but it's batted away and gathered in by Martin.
I don't have the official stat in front of me, but it feels like the Sixers have been all over the place with deflections.
Well, they've got 6 steals already as Paul George takes a step back mid-range from the far side wing, but missed it in and out over Bridges. Hart gets the rebound. He'll attack the paint. Coast to coast and one. Righty layup for Josh Hart. And Oubre bumped him on the way in. So a 3-point play opportunity on his first shot of the game.
So twice in this first half, the Knicks have been able to capitalize on opportunities where the ball handler beats everybody down the floor to the rim. Now with Josh Hart and with Deuce McBride. In last year's postseason run, those two guys formed part of a second unit that immediately shifted the pace in the ballgame. Now, I know Campaign was available for this contest, and it's great to see him back on the floor, but I'm wondering how healthy he is and if head coach Tom Thibodeau will go back to him in order to shift that pace a little bit before it strikes halftime.
Hart's foul shot is good at the basket to our right, so he's got 3, and the Knicks are back up by 5. They've led by as many as 9 tonight. Right now it's 43-38 New York with 5:12 to go in the second quarter here in Philadelphia. Paul George up top, marked by Anunoby. Pick and roll on the right side with Drummond. Kick out near side to Oubre. Good closeout from Mikal Bridges. Resets near midcourt with Lowry. 9 on the shot clock. George will dribble around the perimeter. Between the legs dribble, pull up, tough 3. Off the backboard and in. He was trying to draw a foul, but a prayer is answered anyway.
Are you kidding me? Can't even hate on that one.
43-41 Knicks. Brunson. Foul line, pump fake on Martin. Gets it to Hart. Catch and shoot 3. Front rim, no good. Rebound, Drummond. Sixers can tie or take the lead. Martin from right to left. Barrels over Brunson. Offensive foul. He tried the step-through move at the far elbow, but put his shoulder right into Brunson's chest, and he forced the turnover.
Yeah, not much to contest there. Martin doesn't love it, but Jalen Brunson is clearly there, and Martin is, in fact, out of control.
And the fans are booing because Brunson was moving, but that's not necessarily an at-the-rim block charge call. It's the point of emphasis for the NBA officials this year. If the ball handler veers off his straight-line path into the defender, and the defender has good position, that's an offensive foul, properly called by Kevin Scott and crew.
Jalen Brunson and Nick Nurse had a little embrace as we go to timeout.
Although our points of emphasis knowledge will be tested because Nick Nurse has challenged the call. The green light is on. We'll go to break, and they will put the headsets on and take a look. It is Knicks 43, Sixers 41, with 4:33 to go here in the second quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
312 players played last night, Eddie. The best player to me was Darius Garland. This is the Darius Garland that we thought we were going to get a couple of years ago. There went from conversation that maybe Cleveland deals Darius Garland. Not only is Cleveland playing like the best team in the league, but Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland right now look like the best backcourt in the NBA.
NBA Today. Weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
We are 7 weeks into the fantasy football season, and whether your team is in the race or ready to make the greatest comeback ever, Fantasy Sports Radio is ready to take you there.
It's more rewarding when you lose your first-round pick and you find a way to win anyway.
From start-sit advice to waiver pickups to so much more.
You got to work the waiver wire. You got to make trades. The draft is just a piece of the puzzle.
Showtime! Make your move with Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
While you're listening to this game on SiriusXM, we're talking about the latest odds and prop bets for this and every game on Sports Grid Radio.
The under's minus 125. Heavy juice to the under.
Every home run hit and every strikeout thrown can change the line.
I can't for the life of me figure out how you can favor a team that never wins, ever.
If you're looking for sports talk centered around the latest odds and prop bets for games, races, tournaments, or any sporting event, Sports Grid Radio, SiriusXM, Channel 159.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the SiriusXM app.
Back live in Philadelphia, where a chorus of boos rained out at Wells Fargo Center because it's an unsuccessful challenge from Nick Nurse. I'd like to think what we said when the play happened live is exactly what the referees determined, that Brunson was able to beat Caleb Martin on the spot to get the offensive foul call. The shoulder of Martin went into the chest of Brunson, and one of the best drawers of offensive fouls in the league gets another one to keep the Knicks up 43-41 and win them a possession with 4:33 to go in the second quarter as Darius Slay and Nakobe Dean of the Philadelphia Eagles are introduced at Wells Fargo Center. Night one of the Emirates NBA Cup. Knicks by 2 in what's been a predictably intense opening half on the road. Looking to break out of a 3-loss and 4-game skid. Brunson on the right side, hounded by Martin. Pick and pop with Towns. Will bounce it inside to Hart instead. Jumps to pass, gets it back to Anunoby. Rattles a 3, in and out and back in again. And OG Anunoby has 11 points, and the Knicks are up by 5.
Beautiful assist there by Josh Hart. Definition of seeing the defense collapse. He's got 4 rebounds and 3 assists so far in this ballgame.
Off a screen, it's a catch and now dribble from Paul George, trying to navigate to the top of the circle. Anunoby and Brunson stay with him. Now he goes one-on-one on Anunoby, driving from low to high across the lane. Righty scoop shot won't go. Rebound fought for and won by Hart. Across the timeline from left to right, dribbles in a circle, skips a pass to a cutting Anunoby. It's off his hands, loose to Bridges. Mid-range jump shot, you knew it was good when it left his fingers. 48-41 New York.
You knew it was good, LT.
I mean, he is the best, by percentage, mid-range jump shooter in the NBA, Mikal Bridges. 3:25 left in the second quarter. Knicks by 7. Off the dribble 3 from Kyle Lowry with the hand in his face of Jalen Brunson. Please take that all night, Kyle Lowry. It's way short. And Josh Hart has it in the offensive end from left to right. Pass to Brunson. Drives baseline. Left-hand layup is good over George. And the Knicks have matched their largest lead. They're up by 9.
It's a nice little run here by the New York Knicks.
3 minutes remaining in this second quarter. The Knicks have already tied a season high with 5 blocks tonight. Oubre on the drive. At the foul line. Pump fake. Fall away. Blocked by Bridges. 6 blocks tonight. Bridges shovels one to Hart. Ball fake left. Dribble right. He traveled. And that'll kill some momentum as they turn it over for the 8th time.
I really like the pace that the Knicks have been able to develop in the last 4 possessions or so. They're playing faster, not allowing the Sixers defense to load up. I will give the Sixers defense their credit. When they have a chance to get set, they've got long, rangy athletes who get in their defensive stance and get their hands out wide. And so they're clogging up passing lanes. They're rotating well. How many secondary blocks have we seen in that first quarter in particular? So good on the Knicks to take advantage where they had an advantage here with a little bit of speed.
Sixers had it down to 2, but the Knicks have opened it up to 9. 50-41 New York with 2:35 to go in the second quarter. Top of the circle, George with his back to Bridges. Feeds a pass to his right for Lowry. Zip one inside to Embiid, and a foul on Towns on the catch. That's a tough one to get his 3rd foul of the opening half, and now Jericho Sims will take off his black long sleeve NBA Cup shirt and come into the game.
So that matchup, obviously, there's history there. Google it if you're curious. It is a physical matchup. Prior to picking up that foul by Towns, he felt like he had been tripped up by the screen action to get Joel Embiid open, and so he was a little bit off kilter. So his late response to trying to deflect that pass was to reach over the shoulder of Joel Embiid, which Yeah, you can look at the ref all you want, but that's a foul, right? You're not in legal guarding position. You can't just reach over a guy. You got to move your feet and do a better job of staying attached.
First foul shot is good by Embiid at the basket to our left to end a 10-2 Knick run. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Final game of this brief 2-game road trip. The Knicks are finally at home for a good chunk of time. Starting tomorrow, we'll have 4 games at the Mecca: Chicago, Brooklyn again, and Washington. And that first game against the Nets on Friday is another NBA Cup showdown. Embiid makes both. It's 50-43 Knicks. 2:27 left in the opening half. It is Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Hart, and Sims, who's marked at the top of the circle by Embiid. He'll set a screen for McBride. Driving kick. Hart sets up a corner 3 for Bridges, but he airballs it from the far side. Rebound off of somebody's foot out of bounds. That's a Sixer foot, and it'll save the Knicks with 7 to shoot. The three-point shooting lately for Mikal Bridges, it's regressed a bit. That was his first attempt tonight. He's been great from the mid-range. Catch and shoot corner 3 from Deuce, near side off the inbound. That misses wide right. And the rebound to George. Sixers from right to left in red against the white of New York. Embiid fell away from the ball. They're going to call a foul on Jericho Sims, and that's why you have Karl Anthony Towns on the bench right now. That probably would have been his 5th if he's on the floor in that spot. And the Knicks are in the penalty, so more foul shots coming for one of the best in the NBA at the stripe.
You know that this Sixers squad shoots a lot of free throws.
What's crazy is even without Maxey and George and Embiid having played together yet, this Sixer team is taking 27 foul shots a game. That's 3rd most in the NBA behind Denver and Utah. It doesn't matter who's out there apparently for Nick Nurse. They know how to get to the line.
Caleb Martin being one of those guys that's done a great job of making his way to the free throw line so far this season.
Yeah, he could be a real factor for this team's success. They're a bottom 5 offense in the league. But, of course, Sixers fans will point to all the injuries. Foul shots are good. It's a 5-point game. Final 2 minutes in the opening half. Brunson dribbles near side wing. Scoot pass to Hart on the far side. Hands off at the angle to McBride. Now back to center court for Brunson with 8 to shoot. Pick and roll with Sims. Takes a right wing 3, wide right. And Lowry gets the rebound. 99 seconds left in quarter number 2. George off the dribble 3. Good from the top of the key. Got a screen from Embiid. And he makes it a 2-point game. And the Knicks hope this isn't the night that Paul George gets his legs underneath him, but he's 3 for 4 from downtown tonight after starting the year 4 of 25. 50-48 Knicks. They go from left to right. Bridges in the near side corner, closed out by George off a tough catch. He'll dribble to the wing, one-arm pass to Hart up top, drives on Lowry, top to the elbow, fall-away jump shot. Good at the end of the shot clock.
4 seconds or less. Josh Hart gets the ball. It's a frenetic scramble. I kind of like my chances.
He never panics when he's got a grenade in his hand. Big Call of Duty guy after all, as McCain drives to the dotted line and makes a step-back jumper over Sims. It's 52-50 Knicks. 54 seconds left in what's been an intense second quarter.
Which is about what you expect between these two teams, given the history, given the return of Joel Embiid tonight.
Knicks won 3 of 4 in the regular season and then 4 of 6 in the postseason. 4 to shoot for McBride. Gets to the foul line, pull-up jumper. Back rim, no good. Rebound tipped by Sims, picked up by Hart. Half a minute left in the half. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to Brunson at midcourt. He'll dribble to the elbow, drives inside, hangs in the air, whips a pass to the far corner for McBride. Pump fake, sidestep 3, in and out. Rebound, Hart had a hand on it. George took it away, far sideline, saves it, chucks it into the open court, into the front court. Now it's McCain, layup, rolls around and out as Sims came all the way back to contest. 7 seconds left. Knicks ball from left to right. They're up 2. 4 seconds left. Brunson drives, stripped by Embiid. Ball out of bounds along the baseline with 2.4 remaining and the shot clock off.
What a finish. Good job by Jericho Sims, who I actually thought was going to get a piece of that ball on the Jared McCain layup. But no foul contest causes the layup to be missed.
Now, clearly, the Knicks didn't like the matchup with Sims against the Pacers and Miles Turner on Sunday. He only played 9 minutes in that game.
Nick Nurse brings Kelly Oubre in to go for his defensive, most versatile lineup.
Well, the length of Oubre, it's tough to deal with for Brunson and just about everybody. Inbound with 2.4 to go. Gets the top of the key for Hart. Clock winding down. Half a second left. Step back long 2. Got another one. Josh Hart puts a hand in his own face to taunt Kyle Lowry because he just nailed a shot with Lowry's hand all over him, and he gives the Knicks a 54-50 lead at the break.
But a terrific half for the New York Knicks. I mean, okay, so there's a couple things that have been thematically concerning if you're the Knicks. Jalen Brunson still has not gotten necessarily on track. He's 1 of 7 so far in this ballgame. But you've got Karl-Anthony Towns navigating foul trouble, but has 12 and 7 in this first half. You've got OG Anunoby with 11 points, and Josh Hart basically has scored all 7, if I'm not mistaken, at least 5 in this. I think he scored all 7 in this second quarter. So all things considered, to have a 4-point lead at the half, you're outscoring the Sixers in the paint by 14. You're in solid position. Coach Tom Thibodeau, whether he likes it or not, going to his bench, spelling some of his starters, and of course the foul trouble for Karl-Anthony Towns, forcing Jericho Sims into action.
And not only did Hart score all 7 for him in the quarter, they all happened in the final 5 minutes of the frame, and he was able to get the last 4 points of the half for the Knicks, and they're up by 4, 54-50 at the break. Hard to imagine this one heavily swinging in either direction as the rivalry is renewed between the Knicks and Sixers. New York up by 4 at halftime. Pat O'Keefe anchors our halftime coverage when we come back. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
So, what brings you in?
Well, Doc, this may seem strange, but my money just keeps growing. When I'm buying a new car, renovating my home, when I'm running errands, shopping, not only am I getting great rates, but it's also easy.
That's Jovia-itis. It comes from not-for-profit banking with Jovia.
Is it contagious?
It is, and the best thing you can do is spread the wealth. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Symptoms may include happiness, reduced stress, and general feelings of financial freedom.
Jovia Financial Credit Union.
In 2024, you get more at Ramsey Mazda. More selection and more savings, like a new 2024 Mazda CX-5, starting at just $29,276. Ramsey Mazda is the proud recipient of the 2023 President's Club Award and the 2024 Cars.com Consumer Satisfaction Award. Visit RamseyMazda.com. Get more in a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Current economic conditions have brought heating oil to a 6-week low. If you think you're paying too much to heat your home, then call 1-866-OIL-DEAL right now to see how much you can save with Slomin's. They're available 24/7 to ensure your family is never left in the cold. Call 1-866-OIL-DEAL and take advantage of this drop in heating oil prices. Stop paying too much for your home heating oil or service and call Slomin's today to see how much you can save. Don't wait. Take advantage of a low price on heating oil before prices go up. There's no reason to pay too much for home heating oil. So call now. 1-866-OIL-DEAL.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
This is the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
First game of the NBA Cup
in year number 2. Good start for the Knicks, offensively and defensively. A 4-point halftime lead over the 76ers, 54-50. Their first meeting since the Knicks eliminated Philadelphia in 6 games in the first round of the playoffs in the spring. It is time now for the New York Knicks halftime report, brought to you by Spectrum. Well, Tyler and Monica mentioned, good sign considering that Jalen Brunson's 1 for 7 from the field and 0 for 3 from downtown, 4 points in the first half, and yet the Knicks have that 4-point halftime lead. Joel Embiid making his season debut. You could tell conditioning an issue for Embiid, as it has been for most of his career, especially coming off missing the first 9 games of the season. He hasn't hit a field goal. All 8 of Embiid's points coming from the free throw line. 2 Knicks in double figures so far. Karl Anthony Towns with 12 points and 7 rebounds, and OG Anunoby with 11 points to go along with a blocked shot. So the Knicks, a 4-point lead at the half. Keys to the half is driven by Ramsey Mazda. A couple of keys for the Knicks: keep the 76ers off the free throw line. They've attempted 17 foul shots, and they've made them all. I mentioned Embiid's 8 for 8, but as a team, they're getting there often. They haven't missed. By contrast, the Knicks are 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And another key for the Knicks, continue to get contributions off the bench. Now, the bench scoring is even, 14 points apiece. The Knicks have one of the best starting fives in the NBA. The Knicks have a better starting 5 than Philadelphia. They need to continue to rely on their bench and get production off of their bench. Deuce McBride, 9 points in 12 first-half minutes. Jericho Sims, 2 points in 7 minutes. Campaign back after missing the previous 4 games. He's got 3 points in 6 minutes. Matt Ryan played 7 minutes as well as the Knicks' 9th man. He did not score. The Knicks have already utilized their bench for 32 minutes tonight. They played a total of 40 minutes off the bench in Sunday's game, and fatigue appeared to be a factor among the starters in the fourth quarter as a result. Keys to the half is driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Halftime in Philly, 54-50. Knicks on top, shooting 46% from the field, 5 for 19 from downtown. The Knicks out rebounding the 76ers 25-21. Knicks fans, grab your friends and join us at the Garden on Sunday, November 17th, to take advantage of our Knicks Night Out ticket offer. Each ticket purchase comes with a complimentary merchandise voucher. So get your tickets today. Josh Hart, little flurry right at the end of the second quarter. Couple of jump shots, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for Josh Hart. He discussed his game and his start to the season after shoot-around this morning in Philadelphia. Now, a bit of a slow start shooting the three-pointer at the onset of the season. Last 3 games coming into tonight, a little bit better. Josh Hart, 3 for 8 from downtown over his last 3. Does Hart feel like he's getting into more of a rhythm from downtown?
Yeah, we're sharing the ball at a high rate. I think we have played 9 games, I think, so far. We probably had like a couple, 2 or 3 games of 30 plus assists, a couple more of like 20, high 20s. So we're sharing the ball, we're moving the ball has energy. So I'm not, I'm gonna shoot when I'm open, I'm gonna shoot the ones I want to shoot. That's about it.
Hart's 0 for 1 from downtown tonight, but his three-point shooting was such a huge factor in the Knicks' playoff series win against the 76ers last season. He hit at least 4 three-pointers in each of the first 3 games of that series. For the entire series, he was 16 for 37 from downtown, a 43% clip. He also hit the biggest three-pointer of the series in the final minute of Game 6 in a tie ball game. Hart let fly from the top of the arc, knocked it down, and gave the Knicks the lead for good as they would advance to the second round. In that series, the 76ers, like many teams do with the Knicks' other offensive weapons, kind of sagging off Josh Hart when he has the ball outside. Is that something that he continues to take advantage of?
Yeah, it's a continued thing, especially, teams like, we played Nick and them, 10 times last year, whatever it was. I know he was going to sag off, and so that was, a point of emphasis that I did. And obviously we had that week before, during playing that, so I can really focus on the mechanics, and those kind of things. So, it's just like an ongoing thing on just continuing to work on and continuing to have confidence in and, just be aggressive and, not hesitate.
Knicks fans, join us at the Garden on Wednesday, November 13th. That's tomorrow to see the Knicks face off against the Bulls. We'll also be celebrating Military Appreciation Night in Arena. So head to Knicks.com to get tickets. Knicks lead the Sixers 54-50. The battle of the big men so far going in the direction of Karl Anthony Towns, 12.7 rebounds, 2 assists. He does have 3 personal fouls as he goes up against Joel Embiid. Towns also spoke this morning after shoot-around about the difference in rim protection playing center as opposed to playing power forward, which he did the last 2 years in Minnesota.
It's adjustment. You just got to adjust. While all of us are trying to get more acclimated with each other. It's a team game. We got to be, myself and all of us included, we got to just be a better team defensive team. And we've shown, glimpses of what we could look at, especially like the Milwaukee game when we're playing against a high-level team and we're firing on all cylinders defensively. So just got to bottle up that kind of defensive intensity and execution and taking it to every single game.
Knicks with 3 first half, 1 apiece for Anunoby, Bridges, and Jericho Sims off the bench. And that was the New York Knicks halftime report, brought to you by Spectrum. You can make anything possible because you have a connection that's built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum. Second half coming up from Philadelphia with Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt, and I will be back with you on the postgame show as the Knicks lead the 76ers 54-50. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is
It starts with a lineup of star players, like the 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line, with capability that takes us to another level. The best seats in the house, all 7 of them. Ground clearance that propels us even higher. And available dual panoramic displays that steal the show. These are the things that occupy our minds. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. The stylish 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
All right, so Joel Embiid just walked out of the tunnel straight across from us onto the blue court in his red Sixers uniform. It is his season debut here in the 10th game of this season for the 76ers. But what's his stat line? It was all free throws. 8 points in 13 first-half minutes for Embiid. Nick Nurse said before the game they'll monitor it similar to Paul George, around 25, 30 minutes perhaps, give or take on either side of that. 8 for 8 at the line. Did have 4 assists. 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc, and the Sixers are trailing the Knicks 54-50 right now in East Group A. Elsewhere in the group, Orlando had a halftime lead on Charlotte at last check. Now it's through 3 quarters. They're up big, 89-66, the Magic, even without Paolo Banchero. But third quarter with Tom McGinnis is coming up. 54-50 New York for Betsy Deming, Tom Alvord, and Sean Rodman. I'm Matt Murphy. Thanks for listening to the 76ers halftime show presented by the new Telluride X-Line from Kia.
With so many options for physical therapy, it can be challenging to find the right fit for you. The Philadelphia 76ers trust NovaCare as their official partner. So can you. For more than 30 years, the team at NovaCare has been helping people across the Delaware Valley prevent surgery, recover from injury, and improve their overall health and well-being. With more than 150 locations to choose from, finding a NovaCare center near you is easy. To schedule an appointment online, go to NovaCare.com today. The Sixers trust NovaCare, so can you.
The walk-off homer. The double overtime win. The tourney-ending buzzer beater. Your team gives you so many reasons to grin, just like United Concordia Dental. We offer group dental benefits connecting oral health and overall health for smiles that stretch from ear to ear and head to toe. Discover how at grinwithucd.com. Grin from within. United Concordia Dental. Product Products underwritten by United Concordia Insurance Company and United Concordia Insurance Company of New York.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. Maybe that's why we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the game. And when we're not thinking about basketball, we're thinking about things that elevate our own game. It starts with a lineup of star players, like the 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line, with capability that takes us to another level. The best seats in the house, all 7 of them. Ground clearance that propels us even higher. And available dual panoramic displays that steal the show. These are the things that occupy our minds. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. The stylish 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Sixers trail New York 54-50 at the half. Sixers shoot only 36% in the first half, 14 of 39, and that while Paul George went 6 of 9. Embiid in 13-plus minutes, 0 for 3. All 8 of Joel Embiid's points came from the line. He had 4 assists. Kyle Lowry had 2. Kelly Oubre with 5, 4 for Caleb Martin off the bench. Jared McCain was 7, and then Drummond and Yabusele combined for 7. So the Sixers will be on defense, and we are underway in the third. Again, this is group play, opening night of the Emirates Cup, 4 games. Winner, a steal by Caleb Martin, and Jalen Brunson hurt his ankle. Oh, man, he is down. Embiid, Lowry, Bridges, Anunoby, and Hart all checking on Jalen. And Caleb Martin went on to dunk the ball and make it a 2-point game. And Brunson holding his right foot. And he is limping and going right toward their bench. So I'm not exactly sure as to what happened. The Knicks, I think, take a timeout just 13 seconds into the second half. And Jalen Brunson is going to their dressing room. He stepped on the foot of Caleb Martin. Martin was just sliding laterally with him, and that's when he dropped the ball and Martin picked it up. So that is kind of like an anomaly, of kind of a freak play, as Brunson stepped right at center court on the foot of Caleb Martin. So a timeout taken by New York, a huge development as Brunson goes to the dressing room. Breaking the action just 13 seconds into the second half, 54-52 New York. We'll return with more on the 76ers Radio Network presented by Jackpot City Casino.
Dear road rivals, let's talk about extra. Toyota offers tons of extra with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan good for 2 years or 25,000 miles. No-cost oil changes, no-cost tire rotations, no-cost fluid level adjustments, and more. That's a whole lot of extra at no cost from Toyota. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. And that's the kind of extra nobody needs. Try harder. Toyota.
Based on manufacturer's data as of 3/19/2024, covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever occurs first. See participating dealer for coverage details.
If you've lost your confidence because of dentures, missing, or failing teeth, the elite team of doctors at Dentistry for Life can give you back that smile you've been missing in just 1 day.
I was embarrassed to smile.
Join the thousands of people who are smiling again because of dental implants.
If your teeth are causing you grief, you need to call Dentistry for Life today.
Let Dentistry for Life, the official dentist of the Philadelphia 76ers, give you your smile back in just 1 day. Visit PhiladelphiaImplantCenter.com to schedule your free smile consultation. And let's get started on a healthier, happier you.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. Play all your favorite casino games, and new Bet Parks users get up to $1,000 back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Wait, there's more. Celebrate 76er victories with Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, with the best live table games, dining, nightlife, and headline entertainment. Visit ParksCasino.com for more info.
Casino bonus must be wagered. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since 1904, Philly's top sandwich pros and homemakers have always started the exact same way, with those legendary Amoroso's rolls baked fresh daily. Turn your tailgate, away game watch party, barbecues, and brown bag lunches into special events. Pick up a pack of Amoroso's rolls at your favorite supermarkets and food stores. Want to make the very best sandwiches? Always start with the very best sandwich rolls. Amoroso's, an official partner of your 76ers.
So Brunson has gone to the dressing room. He stepped on Caleb Martin's foot and inverted his right ankle. Miles McBride has come on. McBride had 9 points in 12 minutes in the first half. Bridges has the ball to Anunoby. Nixon White playing offense in front of the Sixers bench. OG driving and beat, cuts him off. Towns has it. Now OG gets banged in the back. Here's McBride for three. Rattles in and out. No. Rebound down to the Sixers. New York 25 boards. Sixers 22. Sixers in red. George having his best game offensively, at least till now. Remember, his debut was the other night at home. He had opened on the road in Phoenix and in the two games against LA and LA. So Sunday was his first game as a Sixer here in Philadelphia in that overtime win. He played 33 minutes and had 15 points, while going 1 of 9 from 3. Josh Hart just knocked him down. He picks up a foul call. 54-52 New York. 50 seconds into the third. Sixers in red playing offense away from their bench. Oubre catches. He's promptly doubled by Bridges and Hart. 8 to shoot. Now Kelly on a drive. To the left side, Caleb Martin. He attacks going left to right. Over Bridges and in. What a shot by Caleb Martin. He's 3 of 5. Bridges with great defense, and Caleb Martin very efficient in this game. Sixers have tied it, it's the first tie. Towns for 3, and that's long, no good. George with a rebound, his 7th. Towns started the game with 2 made threes. The Sixers can take the lead. They've only led once. Embiid into the lane. The double comes. He turns. He shoots. Rimming out. No good. Embiid 0 for 4 in the game. New York with Hart pounding the left-hand dribble. Down low to OG Anunoby and a reverse jam. Great job by Anunoby to get ahead of the Sixers defense. And Hart with that aggressive drive sets him up. Knicks go back in front by 2. Poor transition defense by the Sixers. Knicks with fast break points, now with 10. Long shot by the Sixers is up and good. 3-point field goal. It's Paul George with yet another 3. Boy, this is encouraging. George is 4 for 5. Bridges with a pop for 2. Angles to the right side, 17-footer. Mikal Bridges now with 8 for New York. Knicks by 1 and beat it midcourt. Right-hand dribble. He goes to Caleb Martin. Knicks defense poised in front of their bench. Here's Embiid for 3 outside left, way short. And again, Embiid has not scored from the field. That's his second try from 3. Hart with it along the far sideline. Throws it back out top to Karl Anthony Towns in his first year with New York. George tries to pry it free. Towns forces the drive between Embiid and George. No good. Paul George with a stop. The outlet, but the Knicks are going to get it. Josh Hart with it. You never throw it back in front of the opponent's basket, and Anunoby makes them pay. OG Anunoby with another basket. He's got 16. He's 7 of 11. Hart set him up. Paul George threw it right back to the Knicks. Here's Embiid for 3 from out top, and that's good. His first basket of the season. He turns and his palms upturned to the sky as if to say, finally. Embiid for 3, 1-point game. Hart with it to the near side, Anunoby. Really physical inside, and a foul on the perimeter on Kelly Oubre. And as the Knicks get set to inbound, we're at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. With that, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. Towns on a drive and a blocking call on Embiid after the Knicks inbound. Welcome back, Tom McGinnis, along with Betsy Deming, our engineer here, filling in for Marty Dickerson, Tom Alvord, and Sean Rodman back at the station. Knicks ball, 61-60, 8:40 to go in the third. Foul on Embiid, his first. Knicks hand off to Bridges, and then into the passing lane with a deflection. It's Caleb Martin.
And New York will inbound as Pat Farrar with the ball on the far sideline by the scores table, right by the sixth man, Alan Horowitz. It'll be OG Anunoby to play in. McBride, Bridges, Hart, and Towns for the Knicks. They're in white with orange. New York with a record coming into the game of 4-5, fifth in the East. McBride inbounds to Towns and now rolls into the lane. Caleb Martin deflects it, and the Sixers steal it. Kelly Oubre with it, 3-on-3. Oubre keeps it, drives in on Towns, puts it up wide to the right, no good, and then knocks it out of bounds. Looked like it went off of Oubre. The officials are uncertain. Farrar and Dedrick Taylor looking at one another, and now they're going to signal Sixers ball. Oubre, that was a difficult decision to go for that shot. He never really got separation, and Towns has the size. The ball banged off the basket, and it went off his fingers, but it'll be Sixers ball. And the Sixers down by one can take the lead. Lowry to play in baseline right to George in the corner for three. It's rimming in and out, no good. George missing only the second three of the game. Lob play to Hart. Hart running down the court, and he traveled. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. So Josh Hart dropping the ball. Dedrick Taylor with the call. Boy, we had, from our vantage point, a really good angle on that. It did not look like he touched the baseline. And no, he didn't. He said he stepped out of bounds. Oh, they called it travel. Josh Hart said he held his pivot foot. Walking call on the Knicks. Embiid in red into the lane. Backs up. Out top Kyle. Mishandles the pass. A little bit off the back shoulder. 4 minutes gone by. Embiid is doubled to Oubre. To the corner Martin. He drives it. McBride is there. Jump stop. Left baseline. Kyle Lowry around and out. No good. Seemingly down and spun out. Sixers 7 of 22, 32% from three. Here's Towns on a drive. Down the lane. Mad dash. No good. And a blocking call on the Sixers. Karl Anthony Towns at 6'10". Galloping in the lane. Charging between Embiid, Oubre, and George. And the foul will be on Oubre. That's his fourth. Third team foul, and Towns will go to the line to shoot two. Ever heard the saying, you can't have it all? Well, those folks haven't been to New Jersey. See what's in it for you at thisisnewjersey.com. #1 rated public schools, highly skilled workforce, beaches, golf courses, museums, and safe communities. New Jersey's got it all. Jared McCain will come in. Towns with a free throw. Good. 13.7 rebounds. New York has been off since Sunday when they lost in Indianapolis to the Pacers. Pacers with a huge game by Ben Mathurin with 38. Halliburton had 35 and 14 points and assists. Pacers win by 11. Knicks here in Philadelphia, first of 4. The next game will be here in January, mid-January, and then the Sixers 2 games at the Garden, February 26th and April 1st. This is the Emirates Cup, the in-season tournament. Towns makes both free throws. Knicks by 3. Sixers ball. Philadelphia in red to our left, playing offense in front of the Knicks bench. 7.5 to go in the third. George with the ball out top. OG Anunoby with the defense, and Embiid gets knocked down. That's going to be on Towns, and that's his fourth. Jalen Brunson is back on the bench for the Knicks. He puts on his shooting shirt, the in-season tournament black New York Knicks shooting shirt. He's back on their bench, and we'll have to find out if he can come back in the game. Rolled his right ankle on the first play of the second half. Caleb Martin with it. That foul was not on Towns. It was on McBride. Here's Embiid and McCain for 3. Jared rimming no on a shot, and Towns with his 8th rebound. Knicks on the move right to left. They are pushing. OG Anunoby to the right side. Hart drives on Caleb Martin. Right-hand layup up and good. He attacked the closeout and got to the rim. And Hart now with 9. He made that big shot at the end of the first half. Sixers hanging around, but down 5. And here's a steal by Bridges. Bridges with a 3-on-2 to McBride. He fakes, he sidesteps, he shoots a 3 from the perimeter and in. Miles McBride pours in his second 3 in the game. Bridges with a clear pick as George made an errant pass in the midcourt, and the Knicks all of a sudden go up by 8. It was 61-60, and now they're up 68-60. Ironically, Friday in LA against the Lakers, this was how it worked out at the end of the first half, where the Lakers led by 8 with a similar run, but again, it was at the end of the second quarter. But the result of the same, the separation, and that's what's been really bugging Nick Nurse, where the Sixers are in it. They have a lapse, and that type of play right there cost them, at least for now. Under 7 minutes to go in the third timeout. Knicks with the lead. This is the NBA.
I was so excited when I heard the sandwich was back. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken. It's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet. But either way,
you're getting a winner.
The Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich is back with a bite. Try it with the original or spicy filet, now for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Thanks for showing up, 76ers fans. Nothing beats catching your 76ers in real life, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the 76ers at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the 76ers and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get 76ers tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Philadelphia.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow. Sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Do you have a special cause, event, or business that you want to promote? One of the best ways to get the word out is by printing your logo or design on t-shirts, hoodies, polos, hats, and more. Rush Order Tees, the official partner of the Sixers, is headquartered right here in Philadelphia and ready to help. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, screen printed or embroidered, Rush Order Tees delivers your design on your deadline. The Sixers trust our printing. You can too. Just go to rushordertees.com. That's rushordertees.com.
Knicks have a new assistant coach, Sixers legend Maurice Cheeks on the bench with Tom Thibodeau. And, of course, Maurice with his number in the rafters here at the center, part of the 83 championship team for the Sixers, is the team's all-time leader in assists. Speaking of assists, Paul George to Caleb Martin for 3, and it's up and good. Sixers now 12 dimes on 19 made field goals. 3-point field goal by Caleb Martin, his first. George with his first assist, and that's an area he's really excelled. And Brunson will be back. He's walking to the table. 68-63 New York. Sixers defending. Karl Anthony Towns against Jeff Doughton. Embiid is out. Down low Hart. They double team Towns, but nobody guarded Josh Hart down low left. Hart now 5 of 6. Good dish by Cat. That's his third assist. Knicks by 7. Halfway through the third. Jericho Sims at the table out of the moment as well. Caleb Martin hops to the knee but misses the layup. And then the ball bounced right to Jeff Doughton. Lucky bounce. PG to Yabusele. He shoots a 3. Rimming out. No good. And OG Anunoby hustles to the corner. New York 31 rebounds. 6 more than the Sixers. Knicks have it on the run with McBride, the pride of West Virginia. To Bridges. Bridges against McCain. On the back down. McCall left-hand dribble. Turns in the lane. Fires around and good. McCall Bridges, he struggled a little bit from the field this year, but his turnaround gives him now 10 points. He's 5 of 7, and the Knicks lead by 9, matching their largest lead, which they've had 3 times a 9-point lead. George with a step-back 3 on OG Anunoby and in. Paul George finding his rhythm more and more. Nifty dribble, and the step-back creates the space from the right perimeter. He pours it in from 30. Sixers down 6. Knicks ball half court, 5:05 in the third. McBride with it. Towns sets the screen. Doughton reaches, knocks it away, and Yabusele comes up with the ball. Sixers ahead to Jared McCain down the near sideline. Stops, pops, 3 over Bridges. Rimming, no. Rebound McBride. McCain with a pull-up tray to no avail. Into the lane, but Bridges from Hart. And again, it's Doughton one-on-one with McCall. Bridges, left-hand dribble, backs, turns, right side, rimming around and in. And McCall Bridges talking smack to the Sixers bench. Turnaround bucket. Those years in Brooklyn helped him become like a primary scorer in the NBA, and it was evident on that play right there. 8-point lead. Sixers ball. Got to stay close. Jared McCain in traffic and dribbles it away. Bridges with the steal. They were all making a play on that ball. Hart to OG. OG down low right. No good. Good defense by Caleb Martin. And the ball goes out of bounds on the Sixers. So New York is doing a great job with pace, and you don't normally associate a Tom Thibodeau coach team with fast break points. They only have 6, so it's not like they're scoring at will in transition, but they are forcing the ball down the court and trying to take advantage of, at times, a lackluster Sixers defensive transition game. That's been an issue for the Sixers. One of the other problems in this game for the Sixers, shooting 37%. The Sixers on offense throughout the year, 26th in the league, 43.5%. Here's Bridges off the inbound, and George got a hand on another steal. The Sixers have forced 20 turnovers 3 times this year. That's 13 on New York. Here's George with a layup. Thought he was fouled. No good. OG Anunoby with the defense. End-to-end action. Brunson is back. Yabusele knocks it free. 50-50 ball, and Oubre gets it. Sixers with Doughton to McCain. Jared down the lane. Went for the hammer, throw down, and missed, but he was fouled. Man, end-to-end action. Left and right, the Sixers and Knicks going back and forth in a hard-fought division ball game. It's the Emirates Cup, first of group play game. Busy night in the NBA. Free throws for McCain. He's foul line right. Sixers fan, are you ready to train like the pros? City Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Sixers. 8 locations throughout the city. Everything you need. Cutting-edge equipment, energizing classes, and the exclusive CF Pool. Year-round outdoor exercise lap and lounge pool. Don't just watch the game. Elevate yours. Visit cityfitness.com. To the line, McCain for the Sixers, the rookie out of Duke. Born in Sacramento, raised in Los Angeles. Jared, 3 of 3. The Sixers are 18 of 18. And I'll throw it out there. He is perfect on the year from the line. 17 made free throws in as many tries. Drummond is in. Embiid has played 18 minutes in his season debut. 1 field goal. It's a 3. 8 free throws, 11 points. McCain makes them both. Sixers trailed by a half a dozen. Jalen Brunson, who turned his ankle on the first play of the second half, got treatment or went in there. Maybe he got it retaped. He's back. He's guarded by Doughton, and Oubre jumping around Bridges on the far sideline by Sixers coach Nick Nurse. Almost stole the ball. But New York will get it again. So the lineups, the Sixers in red in front of their bench. Jeff Doughton along with Jared McCain, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and Andre Drummond. Nope, Yabusele in there, not George. They quickly wipe the playing surface. Again, the court is blue, royal blue, light blue. The Emirates Cup is gold and black. It's out at center court. It's also in the lane. Gorgeous playing surface here. Different courts during these Emirates Cups games. In-season tournament, second year. Here's Brunson with a step back, can't get free. Reverse pivot over to Cameron Payne, the former Sixer, driving on Jared. Down the lane off the glass, no good. Drum tips it to McCain, Sixers ball. Down 6, Philadelphia advancing left to right. Drummond with it. Directs traffic with the dribble out top against Jericho Sims. Hands off to Oubre. Oubre trying to get around McCall Bridges. 9 to shoot. Sixers ball left side. Jeff Doughton Jr. still dribbling. Down the lane on Brunson. Leans in. Awkward bank shot. Way wide to the left. No good. Doughton 0 for 4, and he had a real good game against Charlotte. Here's Brunson with a drive. Got by McCain on the wing and a layup. And he is noticeably limping. It's only his second field goal. So to say an old phrase, he's gutting it out. Here's Caleb Martin back from the dressing room for the Sixers. Rejoining the team on the bench, here's McCain with a drive up and good. Jared McCain off the dribble to the left perimeter with a right-hand scoop. Loves that shot. Knicks ball. Bridges quickly shoots, and that's no good. Drummond with the rebound. 76-70 Knicks. Sixers ball. McCain with it. Crosses over OG. Down the lane. One-hand pass to Drummond. Back to McCain. Corner three. Shot in the air. No good. Oubre with the rebound. He can't keep it in play, and New York has it. Payne saves it to Brunson. Brunson across midcourt. Outside right with the dribble. Picks it up. Bounces. Here's Bridges against Doughton again. They're going to the ISO. And Doughton knocks it away. Oubre picks it up, but Pat Farrar with a call. That's old school right there. The Knicks with Bridges, they feel like they've got a matchup they like. Sixers haven't proven they can stop it. And Tom Thibodeau going right back to Bridges. Doughton knew he was in a bind. He was on an island out there on the far wing by the Sixers bench. And a reach and a foul. Embiid is back. Tom Thibodeau was an assistant for 20 years before he got his first head coaching job in Chicago. Then Minnesota, now in his 5th year with the Knicks. And one of the stops here in Philadelphia alongside Maurice Cheeks and the legendary assistant Ron Adams under the tutelage of head coach and at the time general manager John Lucas in the mid-90s. Timeout New York, 2:15 to go. Sixers trail by 6. The Knicks will have it. We'll be back in a minute on the Sixers Radio Network.
Hey Sixers fans, want to elevate your game off the court? Integrate has got you covered. As the official managed print partner of the Philadelphia 76ers, Integrate streamlines your printing needs so you can focus on what really matters, winning. With cutting-edge technology and unbeatable support, Integrate helps businesses score big savings and efficiency. Just like our Sixers, we play to win. Join the Integrate team today and make your printing as seamless as a fast break. Visit IntegrateMPS.com to learn more. That's INTEGR8MPS.com.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Sixers trail by 6. They just recognized Dr. J, Julius Erving, on hand. Allen Iverson is here as well. Again, the Sixers and the Knicks go back to the Syracuse National days. In fact, their first ever matchup was in 1949. Sixers, the Nationals, beat the Knicks. Who's got Dolph Schayes? 2:15 to go. New York inbounds with Towns back in. Bridges to Brunson. They, of course, played here collegiately with Villanova, and Brunson just dribbled it off his knee. So Brunson's not quite right. He's not having the game you're typically used to seeing. Brunson, who was unreal last year, particularly against the Sixers. He just lost it out of bounds. He's got 6 points and 5 assists. Embiid with a 3 over Towns. Rimming off to the left, no good. Brunson with a rebound. Joel, 1 of 7. 1 of 4 from 3. Knicks ball, 1:50 to go. Brunson against Doughton. Into the lane, cross-court Towns. Towns with Kelly Oubre there. Oubre's got 4 fouls. Joel shows and then gets out to the corner to Bridges. Bridges misses. Embiid with a flying contest right in front of his bench. Maxey and Lowry helping to break his fall as he runs out to the Sixers bench. Joel with the ball. They double team him. He throws it out top to McCain. 125. Jared down the lane. Jared with a layup up. Rimming good. Jared McCain right down Broad Street. And a foul. He can make it a 3-point game. Moxie guts and a crafty drive as he blows by Cameron Payne. Brunson wanted to give help, but one of the axioms in deep, you don't leave strong side corner. The Sixers would have got an open look of 3. And Jared McCain now for what could be a 3-point play. Foul line right. McCain is 4 for 4 from the line. Sixers trail by 4. McCain with 13 points, 2 boards, and an assist. And the free throw is good. And that's our NJM drive of the game. So Payne with it. Brunson, Towns, Bridges, and Matt Ryan. Embiid guards Brunson out at midcourt. Brunson for 3. It's up. Rimming. No. Rebound Kelly Oubre. A 3 would tie it at 76. Oubre to Embiid. Bridges picks up Joel outside right. Back to Kelly Oubre. He's going to initiate the offense. He's got Towns on him. Jared McCain takes it, lobs it down to Joe. Embiid collides with Brunson and banks it in. He played rough shot on the smaller Brunson. Brunson claiming he was elbowed, and Jared McCain made a great entry feed. And Embiid scored it, and he's getting the crowd fired up. He's orchestrating the Sixers crowd here at the center. Embiid guarding Brunson. Embiid way out on the perimeter. Brunson with a low dribble. 12 to shoot. He drives it, gets by Embiid, and then puts on the break, slams on the break, and he gets Embiid to bang into him. Oubre claiming that Brunson palmed the ball, but Brunson with a crafty play, wily vet move. Embiid trying to really show that he could guard. He went all the way out to midcourt. Brunson then took him off the dribble, and then knowing Embiid was behind him, that's what I mean by put on the brakes. That's a Nick Nurse term, slamming on the brakes, but it's so appropriate. Here's Brunson to the line, 2 for 2 in the game. Foul line left, 44 seconds in the third. Free throw up and good. Remember, Brickin for Chicken is at play. It won't work against this guy, though. Brunson, one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA at 81% coming in so far this year. He's attempted 57 free throws on the campaign. Have you suffered a work injury? You need a lawyer. Call Stern & Cohen, workers' compensation lawyer, sterncohenlaw.com. Consultation free. They're going to ring the insurance company's bell. Go Sixers. Brunson's second free throw, and they're both good. And again, the Sixers had a chance to tie. Instead, they're down 3. Doughton with McCain. Across midcourt, Jeff Doughton Jr. Joel Embiid, 13 points, 5 assists. He got that field goal down low right. Here's Doughton on an angle, guarded by Brunson. 9 to shoot, up top Embiid. Embiid one-on-one with Towns, and Towns blocked his shot. OG Anunoby. Oh, it's a battle, and Yabusele gets it. He banked it up, but no good, and a foul, offensive foul on Yabu. He banged into Matt Ryan. So Yabusele and OG Anunoby, very similar body types. Loose ball after the Embiid, the block on Embiid shot by Towns. And Yabusele grabbed it, but then he plows right into Matt Ryan, a little over-aggressive in trying to get that basket. And Jared McCain will go out. McCain, 18 minutes, 14 points. Sixers, 4 players in double figures. Knicks have 5. And it'll be Payne in the corner trying to play coy and hide out there in the corner by the Sixers bench. They're going to bring McBride in. We have 23 seconds to go in the third. New York has led almost the entire game. There's only been 3 brief lead changes, 1 tie, but almost, as I say, all New York. And they have it for what could be the final possession. McBride and Ryan in the corners. Towns awaiting on the wing. It's Brunson and OG Anunoby. Caleb Martin comes on to defend Jalen Brunson. Knicks 78, Sixers 75. Crowd, a sellout here in Philadelphia, 20,000 plus. The Sixers, the Knicks, third quarter winding down. Jalen Brunson, crossover dribble, left hand he goes. Oh, he lost the handle. Are you serious? Jalen Brunson he dribbled it right out of bounds. Pressure by the Sixers, but not that much. Brunson a little bit off his game. You got to take advantage. Here comes PG in, 3.9. Plenty of time, but the Sixers do have to go the length of the floor. And Jared McCain comes back. Doughton turning to George. Embiid was going to inbound. Now Jared's going to inbound. And Josh Hart's going to come in for Tom Thibodeau. So, as we used to say, wholesale changes here late. Hart's going to get Matt Ryan. McCain will play in. This is where you need Lowry, or Maxi's obviously out hurt. Who's going to circle to get the ball? No pressure on the ball. Sixers go into Paul George. 3 seconds to go as OG Anunoby picks him up. PG off balance 3 in the air and wide to the right. No good. Got a good look, though, even though OG Anunoby with the defense. After 3, New York 78. The Sixers 75. 78-75 the count. Back after this.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. Play all your favorite casino games, and new Bet Parks users get up to $1,000 back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Wait, there's more. Celebrate 76er victories with Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, with the best live table games, dining, nightlife, and headline entertainment. Visit parkscasino.com for more info.
Casino bonus must be wagered. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Dashing through Giant with deals every which way. Bonus buys galore. Savings every day. When the holidays get tough, Giant's got your back. Just fill your cart with lots of stuff, then sit back and relax. Oh, bonus buys, save big all the way. What fun it is to shop great deals every single day. Get your whole Thanksgiving dinner for under $20. See ad for details. Dashing through Giant with deals every which way. Bonus buys galore. Savings every day. When the holidays get tough, Giant's got your back. Just fill your cart with lots of stuff, then sit back and relax. Oh, bonus buys, save big all the way. What fun it is to shop great deals every single day. Get your whole Thanksgiving dinner for under $20. See ad for details.
Would you believe that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? Or that a single cloud can weigh 550 tons or more? Sounds fake, right? How about an insurance company that actually treats you right? Sounds unbelievable, but it's true. NJM Insurance is proud to put policyholders first. Don't believe me? Well, guess what? Everything in this commercial is true and approved by the legal department. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM, official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Visit njm.com for a quote.
Don't let a break in the action stop you from jumping into the adventure of Jackpot City Casino, proud partner of your Philadelphia 76ers, and the most rewarding casino experience right at your fingertips. Once you join the adventure, you'll spin a daily bonus wheel, have hundreds of games at your fingertips, get chances to win big sweepstakes, and much more. Jackpot City is available in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Go to jackpotcitycasino.com/US/Sixers now to join the adventure. For full bonus wheel terms, see jackpotcitycasino.com/US/promotions. Must be 21 plus and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
76 Cup Nights presented by Chick-fil-A. Sixers have been consistent. They've scored 25 points in each of the first 3 quarters. The issue is that would only add up to 100 points, and they trail the Knicks 78-75. Welcome back. Tom McGinnis here at the center. Sellout crowd just under 20,000, 19,758 as the Sixers playing host to the New York Knicks. And our fourth quarter is brought to you by Toyota. Sixers are in red. The Knicks are in white. Doughton with Yabusele, Embiid, and Karl Anthony Towns and Jared McCain. Sixers with Doughton across midcourt. 3-point lead by the Knicks. Embiid with it. Joel has played 21 minutes in the game. McCain with it. McCain with a pull-up shot is short. Good defense by OG Anunoby. The rebound down to Towns. Towns 9 rebounds and 14 points. Brunson has 8 points, 5 assists. He has the ball. He drives on McCain into the lane. Embiid blocks his shot. Great defense by McCain. And Embiid rubs it out with the block shot. Yabusele with it. He blocks the shot. Yabusele against Towns. They collide to the left of the lane. Backing, turning. Towns knocks it away. And a foul on Yabusele. He was dribbling and he pushed off. I got to tell you, Dedrick Taylor, that's a tough call. Towns collides with him. Man, I'm telling you, that's offensive foul on the Sixers. And New York with it. Hart and Brunson, OG Anunoby, Miles McBride, and Karl Anthony Towns. 55 seconds into the final frame. Towns with it for 3 from out top. Rimming short, no. Yabusele with the rebound. Yabu just 1 of 5 in 17 minutes. He's got 3 points, 8 rebounds, though. Kelly Oubre to Embiid. Embiid outside right against Towns. Towns blocked one earlier. Now to Jared McCain. McCain with a wraparound to Embiid. 9 to shoot. Embiid back to McCain. And McCain drives it. The help comes. He goes to Yabusele. He'll shoot a 19-footer to the left of the key. Too long. Rebound Josh Hart. New York ahead of the pack to OG Anunoby. And he jams it. So again, the Knicks in fast break points only 10, but their tempo and their quick outlets have been very impressive. Anunoby with his 18-point. Josh Hart with another winning play. Knicks by 5. Sixers got to get going on offense. Jared McCain is the guy right now on offense, and he's a rookie. Embiid with it right back to McCain. McCain driving into the lane. They converge. Yabusele with it for 3. That's no good. The Knicks get a stop. 2 minutes into the fourth. McBride with it. McBride on the move against Kelly Oubre. Oubre doing a good job staying in front. McBride with the dribble. He picks it up. 12 to shoot. Here's Towns driving on Embiid. Embiid nudging him. Oh, man! Towns goes right into Kelly Oubre, and that's a foul. And Embiid is hurt, too. Embiid is down, face first on the floor. Joel Embiid, who's had a broken orbital bone not once but twice in his career, just got drilled by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns smashed into both players, crashing into Oubre, and then crashing into Embiid. Athletic trainer Kevin Johnson comes out to Joel. Embiid shaken up on the play, and then some. Towns out of control. Gonna look at this to see if this could be a flagrant foul. 80-75 New York, 2:06 gone by in the fourth. We'll be back. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Toyota, the RAV. Fourth quarter. Back in a moment.
Lowe's honors our military community this Veterans Day and every day. To say thank you, verified military members, veterans, and their spouses get 10% off everyday purchases, plus free silver key status with My Lowe's Rewards. It's our way of showing our gratitude to the brave people who have and continue to serve our country. Learn more now at Lowe's.com/military. 10% discount can't be combined with another offer. Exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Subject to change.
Dear road rivals, let's talk about extra. Toyota offers tons of extra with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan good for 2 years or 25,000 miles. No-cost oil changes, no-cost tire rotations, no-cost fluid level adjustments, and more. That's a whole lot of extra at no cost from Toyota. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. And that's the kind of extra nobody needs. Try harder. Toyota.
Based on manufacturer's data as of 3/19/2024, covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever occurs first. See participating dealer for coverage details.
Help Penn Medicine and the Sixers box out cancer by getting screened. Regular screenings can assist in early detection and may improve outcomes. This is why we're committed to helping our local community access breast, colon, and other cancer screenings. For more information on upcoming screening events, visit pennmedicine.org/boxoutcancer. That's pennmedicine.org/boxoutcancer.
Since 1904, Philly's top sandwich pros and homemakers have always started the exact same way, with those legendary Amoroso's rolls baked fresh daily. Turn your tailgate, away game watch party, barbecues, and brown bag lunches into special events. Pick up a pack of Amoroso's rolls at your favorite supermarkets and food stores. Want to make the very best sandwiches? Always start with the very best sandwich rolls. Amoroso's, an official partner of your 76ers.
Do you have a special cause, event, or business that you want to promote? One of the best ways to get the word out is by printing your logo or design on t-shirts, hoodies, polos, hats, and more. Rush Order Tees, the official partner of the Sixers, is headquartered right here in Philadelphia and ready to help. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, screen printed or embroidered, Rush Order Tees delivers your design on your deadline. The Sixers trust our printing. You can too. Just go to rushordertees.com. That's rushordertees.com.
New York will attain the right to a second challenge.
So over the years, I've had this phrase, "Are you kidding me?" I don't even say it. Oftentimes, it has different variations. Like, "Are you kidding me?" and amazement. This is an amazement. Kelly Oubre's call for a foul for getting smashed in the face by Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, my goodness. And so the foul is on Oubre. Karl Anthony Towns smashed into both Embiid and Oubre, and the Sixers were called for a foul. For Oubre, it's his 5th. Come on. Knicks ball, they're up by 5. OG Anunoby to Miles McBride. Three-pointer good. Huge development in the game. McBride cashes in at 3. Man, he puts so much arc on that ball. He's got 3 threes, 15 points. They have 5 double-figure scores, and they're up 8. Embiid against Towns. Outside left. The double comes. He goes to Jared McCain. Sixers playing McCain here down the stretch, not Lowry. Embiid with a shot way short, no good. Joel 2 of 10. Clearly off his offensive game. He's got 13 points, but 8 have come from the line. Towns screens for Brunson. Brunson to the line, to the lane. Underhand scoop on Embiid, good. Jalen Brunson hobbled. He sprained his ankle on the first play of the second half, but he makes that field goal, and now he's got 10. And the Knicks lead by 10, their largest lead in the game. McCain with it, and he throws it right to Brunson. Turnover number 13 on the Sixers. Knicks in white going right to left. Under 9 minutes to go. And the Knicks with a double-digit lead looking to add here. Middle pick and roll with Towns and Brunson. Brunson gets a beat on a switch to McBride. OG Anunoby. Baseline drive on Yabusele and jams it. Way too easy. Straight drive from the corner. Gets a step on Yabusele and pounds it in. 20 for OG Anunoby. Timeout Sixers. 12-point game. Just like that. Back after this.
Yeah, how do you make it look so easy on the court and get so many back-to-back wins?
It comes down to court domination. With over 900 lawyers nationwide and $15 billion recovered, nobody works harder than Morgan & Morgan in the paint to get the wins. No more questions.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Offices, Philadelphia.
When it comes to finding the right physical therapist to help you get back to what you love, there's no one better than NovaCare Rehabilitation. As the official partner of the 76ers, NovaCare has been a trusted physical therapy provider for decades. The physical therapist from NovaCare can help you get rid of aches and pains without a referral from a doctor. With over 150 locations across the Delaware Valley, it's easy to find a location close to you. To schedule an appointment online, go to NovaCare.com today. The Sixers trust NovaCare, so can you.
Help Penn Medicine and the Sixers box out cancer by getting screened. Regular screenings can assist in early detection and may improve outcomes. This is why we're committed to helping our local community access breast, colon, and other cancer screenings. For more information on upcoming screening events, visit pennmedicine.org/boxoutcancer. That's pennmedicine.org/boxoutcancer.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
You're listening to the Sixers Radio Network, presented by Jackpot City Casino.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. Play all your favorite casino games, and new Bet Parks users get up to $1,000 back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Wait, there's more. Celebrate 76er victories with Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, with the best live table games, dining, nightlife, and headline entertainment. Visit parkscasino.com for more info.
Casino bonus must be wagered. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tomorrow night, the Sixers play host to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tip time 7:30 here at the center. It's Military Appreciation Night presented by Toyota. The first 5,000 fans in attendance will receive a co-branded winter hat. courtesy of Toyota. To purchase tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com/76ers. Kyle Lowry back in the game. He's played 18 minutes. He's got 2 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. Jalen Brunson guards him. Here's McCain, but an illegal screen by Embiid. Turnover on the Sixers, they're 14. So again, the Sixers were down 2 after 1. It was New York 27, the Sixers 25. Same exact score by the two teams in the second quarter. So at halftime, the Knicks were up by 4. Sixers made it a 3-point game. We're in the fourth, and New York leading 87-75. A big burst by the Knicks. OG Anunoby with that dunk a moment ago. Here's Josh Hart down low left into Towns. Towns, a right-hand flip, got it. 10-footer over Embiid. He's 6 of 13. 16 points, 9 rebounds for Towns. First game as a Knick against the Sixers in his 10th season out of Kentucky. Here's a drive by Caleb Martin on OG Anunoby, and that's good. He's had an encouraging game. He's got 13 points. He's shown an ability to get to the basket on Anunoby, who's considered one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. Brunson with the ball. Again, they're up 12. Brunson long 2 on the right side. Rimming out, no good. Anunoby tips it, but Paul George with his 9th rebound. Sixers need a surge. They need to give themselves a chance here in the midsection of the fourth as George turns it over. That won't help. Here's Anunoby with another jam. Karl Anthony Towns ended up with it. And the Sixers, instead of tightening the gap, find themselves down 14. A costly live ball turnover. George lost it. It went to Towns and a long down court right to left feed to OG Anunoby. George to Embiid, outside left. Embiid for 3, and that's around and out. Joel has not felt comfortable going into the lane off the dribble against Towns. He's settled for a lot of shots. He's tried 5 threes, made 1, 2 of 11 from the field. Towns on the back down, powering in on George. Turns, jump hook, no good. Embiid with his 3rd rebound. Outlet to George. First time they've played together. Paul George and Joel Embiid. 6:40 to go. George for 3. Too hard, long, no. And New York with the rebound up 14. This would be a damaging 3-pointer by McBride. And it's short. No good. Rebound down to the Sixers. New York, 8 of 28. Only 28% from 3. Miles McBride missed that one. Sixers ball. McCain for 3. That's up and good. He knocks it out from the left side. He's been 1 of 6. Good cross-court find by Paul George, heaving it all the way over to the left side by the Knicks bench, and Jared McCain knocks down the 3. Makes it an 11-point game. Timeout, New York. Tom Thibodeau opts for a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. 6:21 to go. 91-80 New York. This is the Sixers Radio Network.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. Play all your favorite casino games, and new Bet Parks users get up to $1,000 back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Wait, there's more. Celebrate 76er victories with Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, with the best live table games, dining, nightlife, and headline entertainment. Visit ParksCasino.com for more info.
Casino bonus must be wagered. Must be 21 in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Michigan. Gambling problem. 1-800-GAMBLE.
Sixers have only played one division game. That was in Toronto, where they lost. And again, this is the first of the Emirates Cup. New York with an 11-point lead. Don't forget the Sixers partnering with Giant in their season of giving. And we'll get more about this, but on Friday, November 22nd, when the Sixers play the Nets, bring your canned food donations to the center. More in a moment. Here's Towns on a drive, playing right through Drummond. And a foul. So again, the Sixers partner with Giant for a canned food drive to support Phil Abundance. So it'll be a week from Friday the 22nd when the Sixers take on the Nets, bring canned food donations to the center. The first 200 fans who donate will receive a $10 gift card to Giant for their generous offerings. Don't miss out and help fight hunger in the community. Giant, the official grocery partner of the Sixers. Here's Karl Anthony Towns. Missing the free throw. Brickin' for Chicken in play. These cup games, Brickin' for Chicken in both the first and the second half. If an opposing player misses 2 straight free throws, everyone can win a 5-count Chick-fil-A Nuggets. Towns, foul line left, right-hand free throw, got it, splits a pair. He's 3 of 4 for the line. And New York by 12. Lowry with Drummond, George, Caleb Martin, and McCain. The Beats played 26 minutes. George trying to enter it to Drummond. It gets batted out, and it goes to McCain. And a fortuitous bounce as Jared McCain makes it 3. That's the 11th made 3. The Sixers 31%, 11 of 35. McCain with 20. He and George lead the Sixers. Here's Brunson on a dribble drive into the lane. Left-hand layup up and good. Sixers thought they had him stopped. And Jalen Brunson right at the rim scoops it in with the underhand score. He's got 4 field goals in 13 tries. 11-point lead. Sixers got to get going. Here's Paul George. Step back on Anunoby. Way short, no good. OG Anunoby right there. Paul George now 8 of 16. Knicks ball. Hart in one corner, Bridges in the other. Brunson with the ball. The former Cats making a move. And here's Brunson going down, missing a layup. McCain with the ball. McCain picked up by Bridges. Cross-court Kyle. 3-point shot by Lowry. Way long, no. Bridges with the rebound. New York and White going right to left. They get it into the front court. They play offense in front of the Sixers bench. Knicks by 11, under 5 minutes to go. Again, the Sixers have got to cut into the lead in the next couple of minutes or it won't matter. Bridges with it. Bridges stops. Off-balance floater. Rounded out, no. Townsend with the rebound. Near the baseline. Bulls his way back in. Wrap round to Hart. 3 by Josh Hart. Got it. Clutch shot by Hart, but Towns, who was triple teamed and then hemmed into the baseline and underneath the basket, wiggled free to get it out to the perimeter, and Josh Hart with his first tray. Boy, that was a huge basket. They're up 14 with 4:15 to go. Down to Drummond, and Drummond wrapped up and fouled by Josh Hart. Well, he knows the scouting report, right? Don't let Drummond take that shot. Foul him, force him to the line. So huge, and a lot of the fans beginning to head up the stairs here into the concourse and out into a 50-degree night here in the Delaware Valley. Andre Drummond to the line. Villanova, of course, played in a big game with St. Joe's. St. Joe's with a win tonight over the Cats. We got such a huge Villanova impact with the Knicks, and then Kyle Lowry and Eddie Pinckney was at that game, scouting for the Houston Rockets. Former Villanova great on hand, came up to the booth to say hi, one of our all-time faves. Ed Pinckney in the house. Here's Drummond with the 2 free throws for the Sixers. Foul line right, he goes 1 for 2. That was the first miss of the game from the line by the Sixers when Drummond missed that first one. Caleb Martin staying in front of Brunson. Brunson with the bounce. Brunson to the left side. Brunson goes into the lane, and the ball's out of his hand. Kyle Lowry came to give help. Dedrick Taylor with the call. And it's on Kyle. 97-84. Caleb Martin did a really good job on Brunson. And free throws for Jalen Brunson here for New York, leading by 13 with just over 4 minutes to go in the game. Jared McCain, another 20-point game, back-to-back 20-point games. And he's the first rookie in the NBA to pull that off this year. 5 other guys among the rookie class those guys have had 20-point games, but not 2 in a row. McCain with that 3, 20 points in 26 minutes. Brunson to the line. He's 5 for 5. Second free throw. Jalen in part grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. His father, Rick, of course, played at Temple, then in suburban Chicago. Played 3 years for Villanova with the 2 national championships. 6'2", 206. The 33rd pick by Dallas in 2018. George with a 3 that's way off. He shot it from the left of center out top and missed it wide to the right. And he was really effective early on from beyond the arc, but has tapered off a little bit as the game has gone on. Don't forget, thanks to BetParks, the official winning partner of the Sixers. If the Sixers win, you win with BetParks. Download the free BetParks app. Lowry to the line for the Sixers. Enter the promo code post on 76ers social. And that would be after the game. You'll get a BetParks bonus. T&Cs apply. See website for more details. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And the Knicks faithful making their presence known here at the center. 99-85. Lowry with the free throw. Kyle, 23 minutes. 3 points. And now 4 as he converts a second free throw. The Knicks 11 attempts for the line. The Sixers 24. Sixers back in action tomorrow against the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers, who are resting after their win in Chicago a night ago. Anunoby down to Hart, and Karl Towns with a pass but a foul with 3:36 to go. Sixers were close throughout the game. Then the Knicks, they had 2 surges here in the second half, one in which it was 68-60. And that was right around that time where Towns smacked into Oubre and Embiid. And then a bit later, when Yabusele was taken off the dribble on the baseline by the Sixers bench by OG Anunoby. He's been, I don't want to say an unsung hero. He leads them in scoring with 22. But a most efficient 10 of 15 Anunoby. I mean, you're looking at Towns and Brunson. And they've combined for 27. No, 31. Towns also has 12 rebounds. He came into the game, Karl Towns, 25 points per game and averaging a dozen rebounds. So he is a little bit off the scoring, but the rebounds are right there. Brunson and he exchange it. Now Hart from the corner. Josh Hart for 3. Back rim and off. No. 3:25 to go. Sixers down 13. Caleb Martin with it. They protect the paint, and now he drives in on Anunoby to the left side. Jared McCain for 3. Rimming short, no good. Rebound Towns. Outlet Brunson across midcourt. Jalen Brunson right in the middle of the court. Dribble maneuvers away from Lowry and George. And we'll bring it out top. They go into Towns. Towns doubled. He flips it over his head to Bridges. What a feed by Cat. Flips it over his right shoulder to the baseline, and Mikal Bridges with a great cut. Nifty play by the Knicks, and they're up by 15. They're going to win the game with 2:50 to go. George for 3 for the Sixers. Got it. Paul George, 26 points. 6-3. And that makes it a 12-point game, but again, 2:40 to go. Our fourth quarter presented by Toyota, the RAV4 quarter. Visit Toyota.com to find your Toyota RAV4 today. Hart to Towns. Towns outside left for 3. No good. Rebound Paul George. He's got a double-double, 26 and 10 points and rebounds. He has it out top, and now to Lowry to the left corner. Jared McCain. They feed Drummond. Back out to McCain. No dip 3. Got it. Catches it, shoots it. Good feed by Drum. Jared McCain, 23, his 4th 3. He's tried 10. Sixers, 40 attempts in the game. Knicks ball. The lead is 9 with 2 minutes to go. Brunson with it. Bounces to Towns outside left. Towns off the dribble. Foul on Paul George. Atlanta beat Boston. No, 1-point win for the Hawks over the Celtics in Boston. And Detroit beat Miami. Orlando, a big winner over Charlotte. The Sixers will be in Orlando on Friday night. Detroit with the upset over Miami, a 2-point win. Here's Towns to the line. Jalen Duren had a dunk right at the end of that game. That was the difference for the Pistons. Here's Towns with it. And so a big win for Detroit. Later tonight, right after this one, out in San Francisco, it'll be the Warriors playing host to Klay Thompson and Dallas. Milwaukee leads the Raptors by 14. We get a timeout with 1:54 to go. Towns made one. He'll shoot another. 18-13 for Cat. Knicks by 10. Back in a moment on the 76ers Radio Network, presented by Jackpot City Casino.
Dear road rivals, let's talk about extra. Toyota offers tons of extra with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan good for 2 years or 25,000 miles. No-cost oil changes, no-cost tire rotations, no-cost fluid level adjustments, and more. That's a whole lot of extra at no cost from Toyota. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. And that's the kind of extra nobody needs. Try harder. Toyota.
Based on manufacturer's data as of 3/19/2024, covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever occurs first. See participating dealer for coverage details.
Fabric Talk. Hello, my love. I am your living room carpet. I see everything. I feel everything. After a while, I smell like everything, including Sir Pickles, who you snuggle with while binging that dating show you can't stop watching. So, how about we freshen things up with Febreze Fabric Spray? Oh, and a big spray for my pals, couch and ottoman. Ah, yes, refreshing. Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
10-point game. New York has led for almost the entire game. We have 1:54 to go. Sixers have played well, but the Knicks have been that much better. And New York, the Sixers won 15 games in a row in this series from the years 2017 to 2021. But it has been, over the last 2 years, all New York. Towns to the line. Again, the series dates back all the way to 1949. 473rd all-time matchup. How about that? Karl Anthony Towns, he's going to make a big impact in this series. They trade with a three-team trade with Minnesota and the Knicks, the primary ball clubs, and Towns, of course, coming to the Knicks. Julius Randle and DiVincenzo with the Wolves. Here's Hart fouling Drummond down low. So Towns with 19 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Andre Drummond going to the line. The Knicks are going to challenge this as New York knocked the ball away from Drummond, and Tom Thibodeau with 1:42 to go is going to take the challenge. Hart got all ball. I believe this will be reviewed.
New York is challenging the personal foul called on the play.
That's Kevin Scott. It will be reviewed, right? I think I meant to say this is going to be reversed. We'll keep it here. Later, Minnesota at Portland. I mentioned the Bucks are up on Toronto now by 16. Orlando 114-89. The Magic without Banchero. Sixers will be down there. They were there in the preseason. Orlando will be 6-6 as of tonight. They've now won 3 in a row, and the Magic now undefeated at home. So the Kia Center, the site of Friday's road trip, yet another 3-game trip for the Sixers, back on the road for 6 days. They'll be in Miami Monday night, and then Wednesday, the Sixers will be in Memphis. And the Grizzlies came in here to Philadelphia with a victory. And before we press on, we have 1:42 to go. Here's the
review. The defender Hart legally contacts the basketball while his hand of the offensive player is in contact with the basketball. Therefore, it's a legal play. Call's been overturned to a no call. In the immediate aftermath, nobody would obtain possession, so it'll be a jump ball center circle between any two that were in the game at the time. The shot clock will be at 24.
So we're unable to hear, but Kevin Scott, Josh Hart, legal play on the ball. Like I said, he got all ball. I think he meant to say, or he did, we just couldn't hear. Imminent possession was like, couldn't decide who should get the ball, so it's going to be a jump. And before they do that, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID. So Towns against Drummond atop the Emirates Cup. And the 76ers logo at this multicolored but primarily blue and light blue court here at the center. And New York wins the tap. They're going to win the game. They're up by 11 with the ball with 1:35 to go. And Ricky counts to the fourth, and Jeff Doughton will come in. Here's Towns with a layup down low. Good feed all the way out front, but an excellent entry feed into the post by Brunson, who has 6 assists. Towns now with 21 points. And New York up by 13. So the Knicks look good. They got blown out on ring night in Boston in the opening game of the NBA season. Here's George for 3, and he buries it. So Paul George who throughout his career has been a good three-point shooter, but not so far as a Sixer. But tonight he gets back into rhythm. He was 16% coming in, and tonight he's 7 of 11. Knicks with under a minute to go by 10. Towns to Bridges, and now to OG Anunoby. He drives it. Sixers converge. OG goes down, but he still makes it. 24 points for OG Anunoby, the 6'7", 8-year veteran who grew up in Missouri, went to Indiana, was born in Great Britain. He comes in averaging 15 points. Here's a drive by Caleb Martin, up and good. Paul George did a good job avoiding a double team, and then Caleb Martin with a left-hand drive. And now he fouls Brunson. That made it a 10-point game with 36 seconds to go. But the story of the NBA season arrives tomorrow night, and it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. The franchise best 12th straight win. Kenny Atkinson is their new head coach. They're playing at an extremely high level with Mobley having a career year, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, old Sixer George Niang. Bona will come in. Here's Brunson with the free throws. He's made them. He's got 7 in a row, 7 out of 7. And again, the Knicks with 6 players, including Brunson and McBride, each with 15. 14 for Josh Hart, 24 for OG Anunoby, 21 for Towns, and Bridges had 14. Joel Embiid, 26 minutes, 13 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 of 11 from the field. Did not appear to be comfortable off the dribble, like driving the ball to the basket, which the guy can do everything, and that's part of his arsenal. But tonight, he took 1 face-up jumper and Towns blocked it. He did take 5 threes, 1 face-up from the foul line area. Here's Martin on a drive, up and good. Brunson made both free throws. And now Caleb Martin with one of his best scoring games for the Sixers. He's got 17, but 15 seconds to go. And New York will take this first Emirates Cup game here in Philadelphia as Brunson pours in 2 more. Ends up getting 18 points in the game. New York 111, the Sixers 99. Ricky Council the 4th on the wing against Jericho Sims. Backs up, fires for 3. Rimming no good. Rebound New York, and that'll do it. A 12-point win for the Knicks, 111-99. And the man with the rebound, OG Anunoby, our Independence Blue Cross player of the game. He ends up with 24